The Mariners start out perfectly on their just completed 6-game AL West road trip. Richie Sexson and the Bats power the M's to a series sweep in Anaheim. But up the state in Oakland, a complete reversal. The Mariners were the ones getting swept. The offense shut down. They have now lost 9 straight to the Oakland A's. Tonight, interleague play brings Barry Bonds and the San Francisco Giants to Safeco Field for the first time since 2001. Just a 3-game homestand, and it begins next on FSN.
Now on FSN.
It's your backstage pass to the teams you love and the action you can't live without. It's FSN Live.
Oh, Barry Bonds and the Giants are back at Safeco Field for the first time again since 2001. Barry coming out and giving the fans what they came early to see in BP. This one, an upper deck shot over the Hit It Here Cafe sign. Probably the farthest ball I've ever seen hit here at Safeco Field. It's the Giants and M's, just a quick 3-game set. Game 1 right here on FSN. Welcome to the pregame show. Brad Adam, Bill Kruger here. And I guess you have to say, Bonds delivered, at least in BP. Is he still the biggest event in all of baseball, Bill?
Yeah, whether you vilify him or you applaud him, he's the guy that everybody's watching every move, as he races for Hank Aaron. The guy can hit him as far as anybody ever, so everybody's paying attention.
Yeah, big crowds expected all weekend. We just talked about the just completed 6-game AL West road trip. We're going to show you some more highlights. It's brought to us by Horizon Air, our good friends at Horizon Air. Bill's trip starts off great, 3 in Anaheim. Richie Sexson, the Bats come alive. Sweep once again in Anaheim.
Yeah, they just did damage on that pretty good Anaheim pitching staff, and then turned around and went flat against the Oakland A's. But I think that the club comes off the trip on a positive note.
Start off 3-0, and then, as you said, Bill, they go up to Oakland, and it's been the, what do they call it, the Bermuda Triangle now. It's 6 straight there, 9 straight overall. Is it a mental thing, just running into good pitching?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think Oakland's got that swagger. They got a confidence that breeds winning, and they've been able to keep that going despite, trading away all-stars and MVPs. They're amazing.
It's our Horizon Air highlights brought to us by good friends at Horizon Air. Well, before this game even starts, the Mariners have a press conference. They sign their first-round draft pick, number 5 overall, a pitcher, so Bill likes that. Brandon Morrow, big righty out of Cal. He's standing by right now with our Angie Menting in the M, soon to be his new dugout, Ange.
All right, thank you very much, Brad. Brandon, the M's have just come off losing 9 in a row to the A's. Please tell me, because he's from Berkeley, that you're not an A's fan.
No, I'm not an A's fan. Growing up, they were always the close team, but I've never had a strong allegiance with the A's, but it's always tough to see your new team beaten by the hometown team.
Who's your team?
Well, my dad's team is the Giants, but my team's the Mariners.
Your dad's team was the Giants.
Okay.
That's
right.
Now, your dad insists that you weren't always a rock star, and now you throw 99 miles an hour. How does that happen, and how much more development can we expect from you?
I don't know about too much more development on the fastball, but I'm looking to develop my other pitches, a slider, split finger fastball, so that'll be what I'm working on.
Now, we'll see. You might hit 3 digits. Now, last but not least, is my understanding you just made an enormous amount of money, but you're not going to go out and buy anything. Nothing.
No, I told myself I wasn't going to do it. I'm just going to put it away, invest it, or wait until I'm settled and get something.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, nothing. All right, Brandon, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, now let's send it around the diamond to Kara Capuano for more on a couple of guys who went through this drafting thing years ago.
That's right, Angie. Years ago, definitely. A pair of South Kitsap Wolves meeting at a big league ballpark a decade after they led their high school to the state title in 1996. We're talking about Mariners utility man Willie Bloomquist and Giants reserve Jason Ellison. Because of a personal situation, Ellison actually lived with the Bloomquist family during his high school years. The two do remain close despite the fact that now they have very busy professional lives.
We don't talk every week or every 2 weeks, but we definitely keep in touch, and when we see each other, when we do talk, we don't lose stride in what we're doing. We've been such good friends for so long that it just carries on from there.
It's exciting for both of us. Unlike him, I get to play in front of my hometown kind of all the time, but it was pretty neat for him to get up here and play, in front of the people that watched him grow up too. So, and for both of us to get a chance to play together on the same field, even though we're on opposite teams, it's pretty cool for both of us. And I know he's excited, and I know I'm excited. So it's kind of a fun weekend.
Speaking to that, Ellison says he is looking forward to the opportunity to play at what he considers his hometown park, but added that he might be overwhelmed if he had to do it for a whole half of a season, as Willie does. And of course, Brad, Ellison's playing time might be dependent on what Barry Bonds does in the batter's box this weekend.
Kara, thank you very much. Yeah, Bonds playing left field tonight. He's supposed to DH a little bit. You know, he can't hold up the pounding of everyday action, but I tell you what, in the batter's box, as Bill said earlier, he's still an event. It's our GMC Professional Grade Spotlight, brought to you by Riddell Auto Mall in Port Angeles. It's Barry Bonds. He's got 717 home runs and counting, more home runs than anybody in the history of baseball left-handed. He passed Ruth, Aaron next. And I guess if his body holds up, Bill, this guy should get to Aaron. Probably not this year, but if he plays next year, maybe he gets to pass Hank Aaron, become the all-time king next year.
The question is, can he do it playing in the National League? That's the real question.
Could be a DH guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Could be here in Seattle. You never know. Yeah, I think so too. That's right. Well, the World Cup, of course, going on. As Bill mentioned, our World Cup correspondent, it's Emiliano Fruto from Colombia. They didn't make it, but my goodness, look at the skills. He usually does this with a baseball, so soccer ball is easy for him. Much more coming up on the pregame. Keep it right there. FSN Live is brought to you by Sterling Savings, the perfect fit bank, by Steel and your local Steel dealers, and by Pizza Hut, where we bring family and friends together. Go for the good stuff, and the good stuff is Barry Bonds, and he's been here before.
And then it's hit high and deep to right center field, folks, and it is gone. A home run for Barry Bonds, his 40th of the year. Holy cow, the first time up after the All-Star break, and Barry Bonds goes deep.
Don't put one where he can hit it a long, long way. You know, it's just maybe come in at the hands, soft away, down and away as a lefty. Like you said, he's got a good eye, so mainly with a guy like that, he's going to get himself out. And it's just a matter of throwing pitches for him to do that.
Well, George Sherrill would be the lefty out of the pen facing Barry Bonds. How would you face Barry Bonds? How would you try to get him out?
Well, I did face Barry Bonds before he got a lot bigger, and he's always been very quick on the inner half. You got to stay down and away.
Down and away, far away.
Yes.
We touched on it earlier, Bill, and you said that maybe his future is in the American League as a DH. Can his body hold up even this season, and do you think that's his next logical move?
Well, I think they're monitoring his health. You know, every day that he gets out away from that knee surgery, the better. And I think he's not going to play every day in left field. He doesn't play well out there. He's not the same Gold Glove guy. But I see him as a real good DH in the American League. The question is who's going to pay him the big dough and who's willing to put up with the unfortunate circus that rides around with Barry Bonds. But I'll tell you what, you know, you think the big markets, but you know, right across in East Bay, that could be a nice answer.
Sure.
You might play there for a discount.
Remember, Mark McGwire always said that he would never play in the American League again after he was in St. Louis, so never prolong the career. I don't know if Junior would like to come back and do that. Is Bonds the kind of guy, would his pride allow him, has he said it, does he want to come back? Does he want to keep playing? Would he do that? Would he be a DH?
Yeah, I think he would. I think he realizes how close he is to the threshold, and as much as people say, well, you know, they're not going to honor his record, I think Willie Mays is the driving force behind him, and Willie wants him to go for it, and I think he will.
Well, we see the circus surrounding batting practice out there on the field. You know, we're kind of used to it with Ichiro and Jojima, but my goodness, it's like whatever this guy does, everybody's got to record it, watch it, see him, talk to him, try to.
The media throng, I thought it was the Yankees of the playoffs when I came on the field. One amongst millions out there, everybody trying to get that little, you know, capture that little moment of Barry Bonds being here. It's exciting.
And there was a ripple of excitement going through the media saying that he might talk pregame, but alas, he did not.
No.
Bill, very surprising. Well, you talk about Barry Bonds' home runs. They can have a lasting effect on players, fans, and baseball history. Of course, just ask Mr. Bonds. And as we approach Father's Day this Sunday, the long ball has some special meaning, some added value. In select games like ours tonight, each one raises thousands of dollars for prostate cancer research in the annual Home Run Challenge. And raise over $2 million, and as part of this year's effort, home runs in today's game will raise $19,000 for prostate cancer research. Well, the M's hit a lot of home runs in Anaheim. They swept the Angels. Not a lot of home runs in Oakland. They were swept. Ichiro even hit a home run down there in Anaheim. I don't know if we're going to be looking for Ichiro to hit a lot of home runs tonight, but I tell you what, he is Ichiro as old, Bill. It's our Aqua Velva cool under pressure moment. Not doing much in April, but he's certainly heated up since, Bill. No worries with this guy.
Yeah, why were we worried in
April?
Know. You know, the record-breaking season, he hit hit 240 in April, so he's on a roll right now. and know what makes him tough is when he gets his early hits, and then late in the game he starts to hunt inside, and he hit a ball in the alley or hit a home run. You know, he can really be something special.
It's our Aqua Velva, keeping your face toned and fit. Also available in Soothing Ice Balm. Each has a 15-game hitting streak, and look at that, Bill. 177 in April, but then 333, 413, and since May 30th, 500.
You know, that's ridiculous. I couldn't do that in my backyard playing wiffle ball.
With me pitching. Bill, we appreciate it. All right. M's at home, 12-5 since May 8th. That's one of the best records in all of baseball. They're home. The roof is off. Game 1, M's and Giants coming your way. Keep it here on FSN. FSN Live is brought to you by Taco Del Mar. Try a little surf and turf at Taco Del Mar with a shredded beef burrito and a shrimp taco. And by Dodge, grab life by the horns. Well, clue number 1 tonight for you to win some tickets. It's not Ichiro, it's not Jared Washburn. It will be Mr. Barry Bonds. That's right. Clue number 1. Clue number 2 coming up in the game. Watch the FSN Live Mariners post-game show, of course, after the game for your time to call in and win 4 tickets. We're giving away 4 tickets to every home game here at Safeco Field for the rest of the season. Welcome to the FSN Live Mariners pregame show. Brad Adam out here in center field. We talked about a couple of South Kitsap grads and Kerry Capuana standing in the Giants dugout with another report on another local product on the San Francisco team.
That's right, Brad. This more from the new school generation. Local high school baseball fans likely remember the name Travis Ishikawa. He helped lead Federal Way to the state title in 2002, turned down a full ride to Oregon State to take a chance on going pro. This weekend, his parents and his entire family on his dad's side will turn out, hopefully to see him play here at Safeco Field. It's a dream he first realized he might be able to turn into a reality while he was in high school.
I was working in the concession stands helping out my high school cheerleading fundraiser, and I was just sitting in the stands behind home plate thinking, I mean, I could be here. There's no reason I can't be. It was my senior year, and it was probably about 2-3 weeks before the draft, and I'd heard a lot of of me getting drafted, and so that was all I could think about was, God, how great would it be to finally play here in Safeco.
Ishikawa has played in front of his family at the pro level before. The summer after he graduated high school, he played in a game in Everett in front of about 50 family and friends, and he said he was not in top form baseball-wise that day, so he hopes to leave them with better memories this weekend. Speaking of memories that last a lifetime, Angie's standing by with the man who's going to throw out the first pitch tonight. Angie?
Yes, thank you very much, Kara. And Tyrone, what are you going to throw out there?
Well, I would love to be adventuresome and say I'm going to throw a breaking pitch, but honestly, if I can get it over the plate, I'll be happy.
I just heard that Jamie Moyer is coming out to catch this first pitch. I mean, usually they just send some rookie, somebody like 4th string backup catcher, but no, Jamie Moyer, I think you should throw him a changeup.
Well, you know what? Just the fact to even think that Jamie would think about coming out is an honor. So, I mean, what a player. So I'll have to come up with something, maybe a little velocity or something to make it look good.
Okay, September 2nd against San Jose State. You guys ready?
Well, obviously not right now. It's summer training for our guys, but that is a big day for us and one that we've got to earmark on our schedule.
All right, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't bounce it.
We won't.
All right, Brad. Last words. He won't.
Won't bounce it. Look how proud Angie is, the Husky talking to the Husky head coach. She loves that, Angie.
Too much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, pitchers tonight's our Quest pitching matchup. Felix Hernandez going tonight. He and Gilmesh kind of swapped starts. Gil's tweaked his back a little bit, but since there was an off day Monday, Felix pitching on his normal rest. Going up against Noah Lowry, 2-4 with a 3.5. He's a lefty. That means Willie Bloomquist gets to start in center field. And interleague play coming up. M's on a 9-game road trip in the National League. It means, of course, Bill, the pitchers get to hit. The guys out here taking BP. And yes, that was a ping, an aluminum bat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the driving range. It's like the driving range.
You pitchers try to get all the advantage, Bill. You can't use an aluminum bat. Pitchers trying to hit. They all think they can hit. Randy Wynn is back at Safeco Field, the former M, now a Giant taking on the M's tonight. Welcome back to the FSN Live Mariners pregame show. Interleague style. Giants in town for just 3 before the M's hit the road, and now it's time for our Just for Men hair color target. And we spotlight Felix Hernandez, and why not? His first complete game of his very young career. The 20-year-old shut down the Angels. 9 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, just 94 pitches. He's now 6th in the American League with 77 strikeouts. And again, his first complete game. It's our Just for Men hair color target play. Just for Men hair color, Targets only the gray. Ain't nothing like it. You look at that line, Bill, and the most impressive thing maybe, just 94 pitches for a power guy, strikeout guy, to get through 9 innings.
That's the amazing thing. You strike out 9 guys and throw 94 pitches. You knew what happened. They were afraid of striking out. They got the ball in play the first, second, or third pitch. If Felix can get out of the box quick, show fastball command like he has his last 2 starts, San Francisco's going to be doing the same thing, let me tell you.
Felix against Barry Bonds. It's a nice matchup, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's going to be fun because Felix is going to go right at him, but we don't want him to expend all his energy and thought on Barry because you got Moises Alou, you got those 2 guys at the top, Vizquel, you got to get those guys out.
Yeah, the former M. Vizquel hitting way over 300 this year. Also Randy Wynn,
That's right.
Not bad as well. So Mike Hargrove, the skipper, not worried about how Felix will face Barry Bonds and not worried about pitching Felix tonight. Again, he switches with Gil Mesh, but it's his normal day, and they don't really want to rush Felix. They wouldn't do that to the 20-year-old. Here's the skipper talking about it pregame.
We wouldn't pitch Felix. For all the guys we've got, Felix is probably the last guy that we'd bump, and pitch him a day short. But this is his regular turn, so it's not a big deal. It's regrettable in that with the off day you've just got one more extra day for him to rest. But this is nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, if it didn't have the off day, he'd have pitched today anyway. So it's not that big a deal. And Gil's back had tightened up on him to the point that he didn't feel like he could make the start today, and so giving him the extra day even is more important.
Mike, we appreciate the visit. Good luck today. Game 1 of a very short 3-game homestand. Felix, yes, taking on Barry Bonds, and the rest of the Giants in just a matter of minutes. Keep it right here on FSN.
You're watching FSN, where Northwest fans come first.
And welcome back. So glad, Bill, you're with me here today, so you can give the keys to the game because I usually don't know them. It's pitching and hitting for the M's.
Yeah, that's kind of good in a nutshell, but I think, can Felix continue his dominance? I think he can against a team that's never seen him. And can the Mariners improve against left-handed pitching? Noah Lowry, no slouch in the National League, but they got to get around to hitting those left-handers.
We'll find out. Felix, a complete game victory last time, only threw 94 pitches. Maybe he'll throw as many tonight. Hopefully he'll get the win. First pitch coming up. Enjoy.
What a night we have here in Seattle for a weekend of baseball, an exciting weekend of baseball, interleague baseball between the Seattle Mariners and the San Francisco Giants. You can see the anemometer spinning around, but the flags are not really standing straight out from their staffs. And the arrival of that man, number 25, the second greatest home run hitter of all time, he has been very affable. And look at this shot that he hit in batting practice, 8 rows up in the upper deck in right field. Very few people go up there, but he did this afternoon. How are you, everybody? With Dave Valley, I'm Dave Niehaus, and welcome one more time. A lot of hoopla, kind of like the circus has arrived in town to watch the Barry Bonds show. It's like that everywhere they go.
Well, love him or hate him, Barry Bonds captures the fascination of all the fans. It's been a while since that you felt that electricity here at Safeco Field during batting practice. Bonds was going up in the upper deck. It reminded me of the home run derby back in 2001 when we had the All-Star game here, and Giambi and Bonds were planting baseballs way up there. But there was an excitement here today that we haven't felt in a while.
Gil Mesh came up with a little stiffness in his back, so he has been pushed back until tomorrow afternoon. Thus, Felix Hernandez will get the start against Noah Lowry of the San Francisco Giants, but Felix Hernandez was unbelievable in his last start.
Well, he's coming off his strongest start of the year. Felix went 9 innings, gave up only 2 runs, 3 hits, and completed that ball game. And here at the 8th inning, he fans the side, Rivera, McPherson, and then gets Napoli on a big breaking ball. Gets the final out on Vladimir Guerrero, but you saw there in that ball game, he got stronger and he finished the game strong, and that's what they want to see from young Felix Hernandez.
Well, he has been outstanding in several starts, and they're thinking that maybe he has just now found his nice rhythm, and we hope so tonight. So the Mariners and the San Francisco Giants, let's go back to 2001, July the 12th. Barry Bonds' only home run here in Seattle, number 534 of his career, number 40 on his way to 73 in 2001. So welcome back, Barry Bonds. We'll be back with the lineups right after this. Great crowd coming in on this lovely evening here in Seattle. A reminder that Seattle Mariner Baseball on FSN is brought to you by your Northwest Dodge dealers. Grab life by the horns. by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. By Safeco Insurance. To find a local independent Safeco agent, visit safeco.com. And by Southwest Airlines, with more flights to more places than ever before. Southwest is taking low fares further. Visit southwest.com. Dave Niehaus, Dave Valley. The crowd's still filing in here. We're going to have a big crowd waiting to come in, although we will get this game started on time, I am sure. Let's look at tonight's lineups, Val.
Here's a look at the Southwest Airlines starting lineups for the Giants. In the leadoff spot, Wynn, Vizquel, Durham, Bonds, Alou, Finley, Feliz, Sweeney, and Green. Randy Wynn, the former Seattle Mariner, back in 2003 through 2005, back at Safeco Field. Felix Hernandez, a scouting report brought to you by Rico. In his only interleague start versus the San Diego Padres, he got a win. And right now, he's riding the wave of a 3-game winning streak, coming off a very strong start down in Anaheim. Defensively for the Mariners, Ibanez, Bloomquist, and Ichiro, Sexton, Lopez, Betancourt, and Beltre, and Jojima behind the plate. Willie Bloomquist tonight getting the start out in center field with the lefty Lowry on the mound. Felix Hernandez for the season, 6-6 record, a 4.95 ERA, 77 strikeouts, and 78 in a third innings. He's given up 11 home runs, and opponents are hitting .269.
So here we go. Randy Wynn steps in, and he hasn't caught that magic spark that he caught when the Mariners traded him to San Francisco last year. He went on a tear. Such a tear that the Giants rewarded him with a long-term $23 million contract. One of the most likable guys you'd ever want to meet. Like, nobody works any harder, and he can go get a baseball. And he's in the leadoff spot and playing right field here this afternoon. As Felix is into his line, and the first pitch is in and over, and we are underway. 63 degrees at game time. We're now the Southwest at 11 miles an hour. Randy Wynn fouls it off and back into the stands. The San Francisco Giants in the National League West. They, San Diego and Colorado, all 2 games back of the Dodgers, and that's out of play. The Arizona Diamondbacks 1 game back. Wally Bell is the man calling balls and strikes. Mark Carlson at first, Hirschbeck at second, C.B. Buckner is around at third. A ball and 2 strikes on Randy.
And he got a nice welcome back from the Safeco crowd here tonight.
96-mile-an-hour fastball up a little bit. 2-2. Of course, the switch hitter, batting .302 left-handed, only 187 from the right-hand side. And another foul ball, so he's making Felix use up some artillery here. 7 pitches so far. Look at our Lexus keys to the game. Felix Hernandez has not faced a current player in this Giant organization. He worked 4 innings against the Giants in an exhibition game in Scottsdale. Curve is low, and he didn't go, so the count is full. This is very reminiscent of Randy. He can really work a count. A great eye as you look at Omar on deck. Grounded hard right to the first baseman, Sexton, who takes it to the bag. In this evening's game, we are participating in the Home Run Challenge, where every home run raises $19,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE 2873. At the knees on the outside corner to Omar. Omar 39 All these years has made his off-season home in Issaquah. As his, I can't believe it, 10-year-old son Nico with him tonight as a ball boy down there.
Yeah, I saw him bring Nico out for batting practice as he was shagging some balls out in the outfield.
Didn't want to do it. Little check swing about halfway through his swing, and Betancourt throws him out. Talking to Omar in the clubhouse about Betancourt, and I said, young man, we've got a shortstop here that reminds me of you so much in your formative years you won't believe it. He said, oh, I've heard about him. He's from Cuba, right? And I said, yeah. I said, he can play shortstop. And he just kind of smiled. He said, how long you want to play? I mean, he's still productive. And I mentioned he's 39. The only thing that may have slowed down about Omar is his strength in throwing the baseball. His coverage out there is as good as ever. As you look at Ray Durham, the second baseman, take outside and high, ball one ball and no strikes. But he's still a magician with the glove. 10-time Gold Glove winner. Durham takes down low on inside.
What an incredible career he has had. The first time I ever saw Omar Vizquel, I was down in Caracas, Venezuela, playing for the Caracas Leones. And there was this young kid out there, young skinny little kid, about 150 pounds, taking ground balls and making it look effortless. And I found out later that it was Omar Vizquel.
Durham hits one off the end of the bat right to Beltre, and a 1-2-3. Easy first inning for Felix. Mariners coming up.
No score as we go to the bottom of the first, and here's a look at the Southwest Airlines starting lineup for the Mariners. Ichiro, Beltre, Lopez, Ibanez, Sexton, Morse, Jojima, Bloomquist, and Betancourt this season. With the Mariners, Mike Morse hitting .412 with 3 doubles and 5 RBIs. A Rico scouting report on Noah Lowry. In his last 2 starts, he's 1-1 with a 2.08 ERA. Opponents are hitting only .186 off of him. He's a finesse guy, fastball, curveball, and change. Defensively, for the Giants, Bonds, Finley, Wynn, Feliz, Vizquel, Durham, Sweeney, and Green. Barry Bonds will be starting out in left field tonight.
So Bonds in left field. This is the only game in which he will be out in left field defensively. He and Moisey Alou are going to be switching places for the final 2 games tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Bonds will be the designated hitter. Ichiro belts the ball deep to right field. That will fly away. So Ichiro leads off the game with a home run and extends his hitting streak to 16 games. 1-0 Mariners. For Noah Lowry, the 8th home run that he has given up this year.
And Ichiro gets the Mariners going. Looks like it's a slow breaking ball from Noah Lowry. And Ichiro just flicks the bic right here. Doesn't take a big swing, but gets it down and drives it into the seats in right field.
So his biggest fan right there. Nice round of applause from the pitcher, from Felix. Adrian Beltre is swinging a miss. Beltre is the only man in the Mariner lineup that has hit against Lowry. He's 1 for 3.
With that hit, Ichiro extends his hitting streak to 16 games.
Oh, that up in the webbing. And of course, with that home run hit by Ichiro, another $19,000 been raised to support prostate cancer research. To make a donation, you can call 800-798-CURE or go online to www.prostatecancerfoundation.org. 1 and 2. And that's pulled into the corner down the left field line. Barry Bonds over to get on it. And will hold Beltre to a long single.
Ichiro jumping on the second pitch from Noah Lowry. A little breaking ball down out over the plate. Right thigh high. We have seen Ichiro with the power. Ichiro has really caught fire after April 18th, 333, 413, and hitting over 500 since May 30th.
Jose Lopez takes away ball one ball and no strikes. As you can see in that swing, Ichiro not muscular, not a masher. It's all the perfect timing, like the perfect golf swing. You can hit a 320-yard drive right down the middle. It's just all timing. That's why those little guys do it out there on the tee. And Ichiro does it with the baseball. It's like Valley does it on the tee. He's not a little guy.
Oh, if I could only hit a baseball the way I hit a golf ball, Dave.
2-0. A lot of Northwest connection on this Giant ball club. We'll see one tomorrow. Jason Schmidt, Tri-Cities area from Kennewick, will get the start for the Giants. Check this swing. Down low and outside. I beg your pardon. Schmidt's from Kelso. Strike on the inside, but I am told. 3-0 the count. At any rate, he will be pitching tomorrow. Travis Ishikawa, Federal Way. First baseman is on this ball club. Willie Blomquist High School teammate Jason Ellison is on San Francisco Giant ball club. That is a strike. And the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a lot of Northwest ties. The Giants out there, and of course that man makes his home in Issaquah and has for a long, long time. Runner goes, and it's hit down the right field line, and it is fouled. For some reason, the Mariners have played incredible baseball against the National League, particularly here at Safeco Field. They have won 10 of the last interleague meetings with National League clubs right here at Safeco Field. Of course, she's on the other foot beginning Tuesday in Los Angeles because there will be no designated hitter against the Dodgers. Runner goes, and it's fouled back again. Lowry not throwing hard at all.
Lowry not an overpowering pitcher, but he does throw strikes. He's a young man who's not afraid of contact. Right now, Jose Lopez fighting off some tough pitches down on the outside part of the plate.
And again, fouled off. Jason Lowry has only faced Beltre in this lineup. Beltre is 2 for 4 against him, and the Mariners did not see him in exhibition play this spring.
And Adrian already has one of the 2 Mariner hits here this evening.
There he goes again, and the pitch fouled away again. So far a 9-pitch at bat for Jose Lopez. Still a lot of fans wending their way into the ballpark here tonight. A lot of the upper deck still to be filled up there in the sun section. Again, throw to first base. But again, I'm sure Beltre's going. His tongue's not hanging out by now.
I was just going to say, he's probably glad he threw over, so he got a little extra breather right there.
There he goes again, and then fouled away again. He almost looks like he's just floating that ball up there, Bob.
Really taking a little bit off of his fastball. Lowry just kind of nibbling out there. Right now, Jose Lopez is expanding his strike zone with the 3-2 count. He's fouled off some tough pitches.
There he goes again, and the pitch is ripped into left field. What an at bat for Jose Lopez. He's got 11 pitches. An 11 pitch at bat for Jose Lopez, and he wins it.
And it was the 11th pitch that Lowry comes on the inside part of the plate. Jose fighting off the pitches on the outer half. This time gets the bat head out in front and rips it through the left side. It's one of the things why he has been so successful is his approach in 2-strike counts. Not trying to do too much with what the pitcher's throwing him.
So the Mariners already with 1 in, 2 on, nobody out. Outside. Everybody is playing interleague with the exception of Colorado and St. Louis. In the National League. That breaking ball right on the outside corner. Cardinals leading the Rockies 4-1 at Busch Stadium in the 8th. Way inside. 71-year-old Felipe Alou. Felipe Alou, 9 wins shy of joining the 1,000 win club as a manager. And a fly ball popped up into right field. And Randy Wynn has the ball out there and gets it back in alertly. Adrian Beltre tags and goes to third base. Sexton, that batting average down to 207. Sexton's got to have a little bit of patience with a guy like Lowry. I'm sure I'd much rather see a flamethrower out there. That's at the knees. The fastball, 89 miles an hour. That's about his best velocity.
He ended the road trip with a 2-for-4 effort in his last ball game. Beltre and Lopez are at the quarters.
A little low.
Which he has gotten the job done with runners in scoring position, knocking in 38. With 1 out, Adrian Beltre on at third base, looking to drive the ball to the big part of the yard.
South glove of Todd Green, 2-2. Using up some fuel here in the first inning. Pitch count brought to you by your Northwest Dodge dealers. 26 already. Full count, 3-2. They're going to send Lopez? I don't think so.
He had a nice swing at that fastball. I think he'd like to have that one back. Larry got that ball right up around the letters.
Inside, the sacks are full. And that time, Lopez was running. And with the sacks full, Mike Morris will be the hitter. Mike Morris hasn't appeared in a game in 10 days. His last start was June the 6th against the Twins here. But when he's had a chance to play, he has taken full advantage. He is 7 for 17. That's a .412 batting average. Dave Righetti, pitching coach, author of a no-hitter on the 4th of July, 1 year when he pitched for the New York Yankees, and pitching coach on his way back to the dugout. Noah Lowry's next pitch will be his 30th here in the first. Fastball very high. Ball one ball and no strikes. Change, and it's popped up high off first base. Maybe we'll get back into the stands, and will. As Sweeney and Randy Wynn and the second baseman Durham all converging on that area down there just to the end of the rolled up tarp. Almost stayed in the park. That's Beltre over at third base and Jose Lopez at second and Richie Sexton over at first. Felix Hernandez a long rest in the dugout here. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Stride across the letters.
Lowry just snuck that fastball in on the inside part of the plate after seeing a couple of off-speed pitches. Looked like Mike Morris may have been sitting on something off-speed.
Inside with that cutter or slurve, 2-2. Lowry went to Pepperdine. Change and a swing and a high fly ball hit to right field, fairly deep. Randy Wynn drifts back. That'll get a run in. As Beltre tags, comes in to score. Lopez goes from second to third, and the Mariners lead it 2-0. Nice job.
Yeah, you got the job done right there. Lowry again leaves an off-speed pitch up out over the plate. Morse with that good approach, driving the ball to right center field. No chance for Randy Wynn. The Mariners add a second run here in the bottom of the first inning.
So Lowry will have Jojima to deal with now. job by Todd Green. Brad Hennessy, a right-hander, up and throwing here already in the first inning. 35 pitches. Noah Lowry. Giants coming off of beating Arizona yesterday afternoon. Ooh, got away with a mistake there. Fastball right up in the eyes of Jojima.
Lowry now at 37 pitches here in the bottom of the first inning.
Runner goes from first, the pitch is inside, and going in standing up with a stolen base is Richie Sexson. I wonder if he thought the count was 3-2.
They weren't paying much attention to Richie over there at first base.
Way high and outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Number 40 coming up here in the first inning for Noah Lowry. And he walked in. He just has nothing on the ball valve.
That last pitch was a changeup, 3-2 changeup to Kenji Jojima. It just looks like he's trying to find something out there to get him through this inning. He really has not found one pitch that he's been consistent with to be able to throw a strike. Brad Hennessy loosening up.
And Willett pops it up. And coming back with the mask off, Todd Green, and considering the trials and tribulations of Noah Lowry, the 2 spot is not bad at all. Not bad indeed. So Barry Bonds will be first up. And the man who led it off for the Mariners, Ichiro, now is only 664 home runs behind the great one, Barry Bonds. Mariners 2, Giants nothing. I would say a mixed reaction to the announcement that number 25, Barry Bonds, will lead off the second inning. I have an idea that the boos may have a little bit over the applause as Barry takes down low and inside ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Barry Bonds, of course, now is 717. And this must be kind of a thrill for Felix Hernandez. A 20-year-old kid to take on what may end up being the greatest home run hitter who ever lived. But most people think, as flash bulbs go off on every pitch to the plate, if Barry Bonds is going to get to 756, it's going to be in an American League uniform. And that ball's belted and make it 718. Way out of here, way back there, and all of a sudden it's 2-1. So Barry Bonds on a 2-1 pitch. It's his second home run ever here at Safeco Field.
One trademark.
The boos have been turned into cheers.
One of the trademarks of Barry Bonds is that lightning quick bat. Felix tried to challenge him inside with a fastball. And even at his age, he still can turn it around. No question about it.
It's funny, I was talking to him before the game, and I said, it's been a while since you've been here, some 5 years, 2001. And, you know, the ball really flies out to right field. And kind of grinned, and he said, you know, I just don't hit him as far as I used to. And I watch him in batting practice take one 8 rows deep into the upper deck. I think he hits him as far as he used to. This spring, got out to Scottsdale Stadium real early. I watched him take batting practice as Moise Alou pops it up to left field. And Raul over into foul territory. Can't quite get to it. Moise Alou, the son, of course, the manager of the Giants, Felipe Alou, will be 40 in July.
He's got great genes.
Great baseball family. And that's just outside. Moise, Felipe, Jesus, Alou, of course. Hank Greenwald used to ask to Hopper right to third, and Beltre would throw him out. Hank Greenwald used to ask Felipe, how come there was no Booba? Booba Lou. Barry Bonds a home run, and with that home run, another 19 grand been raised to support prostate cancer research. To make a donation, you can call 800-798-CURE or go online to www.prostatecancerfoundation.com. And Finley hits a tee shot to right field, and watch that baby go. Line drive home run into the lower deck. New ball game.
Steve Finley had just joined the 300 club, 300 stolen bases, 300 home runs. Boy, he just pulls out a 2-iron on this pitch from Felix Hernandez. This is a fastball down, and he just hits a line drive into the seats to right field.
So the Giants flexing their muscles here in the second. And Pedro Feliz will be the hitter. Two home runs that Felix Hernandez gave up to the Angels were long balls too. So he's given up 13 home runs. Another $19,000 in the till for prostate research thanks to that home run from Steve Finley. Strike three call.
They're quickly approaching the total a couple of weeks ago as they raised money for breast cancer. I believe they finished with 72,000.
Well, so far we've raised $57,000. And we're only in the second inning. Mark Sweeney's the hitter. That curveball on the outside corner. Yankees over the Washington Nationals at RFK tonight, 7-5 in an interleague game. Baltimore beat the Mets 6-3. Mets have been red hot. Red Sox traveled to Atlanta and in the interleague game of the Braves beat them 4-1. Florida topped Toronto 3-1 tonight. And lo and behold, the Kansas City Royals traveled to Houston and beat the Astros 7-2. Pretty good National League night. Milwaukee leading Cleveland 6-2. Everybody started to walk off. Third base umpire says no, C.B. Buckner. Count 2-2 on Mark Sweeney. Going to come back to Ichiro, and Sweeney's going to try. He might be dead, and it's not quite in time. Good hustle by Mark Sweeney. That's not only good hustle, that's good base running. And then so you make the final out at second base. Now you're in scoring position. I think the risk is worth to take, even with Ichiro out there in right field.
Well, Sweeney made a good turn around first base to get in there just ahead of the tag from Betancourt. Ichiro got off a very quick throw. A good hustle for his 11th double of the season by Mark Sweeney.
Todd Green getting the catching duties tonight. Felix Hernandez down in the dugout for about 20 minutes after the struggle of Noah Lowry. He may have cooled off a little bit. Showing up a little bit here in the second inning, giving up 2 long balls and a double. Two. A bit breezy tonight, breezier than it has been. And out of the southwest at 11 miles an hour. Perfect pitch that time, so down he goes, and 2 runs, both on long balls. One by Barry Bonds, one by Steve Finley. We got a new ball game. The Mariners and the Giants tied at 2-2. Juniesky Betancourt, the Mariners shortstop, leads it off, and Noah Lowry now sends in his strike after throwing 41 pitches in the first inning. Juniesky Betancourt, a long line of shortstops since Omar Vizquel left back in 1993. Hits that one easily, slowly to Durham at second base, 1 down. Ichiro in his first at bat did this. Our quest spirit of service on the second pitch of the ball game. He drops it into the seats out in right field. Mariners with a quick 1-0 lead. Do you have any idea how many shortstops the Mariners have used since the M's dealt Vizquel to Cleveland following the 1993 season? How many shortstops the Mariners used? How about 31? Wow. 31 shortstops. Ichiro, another base hit. That's off the glove of Omar.
Ichiro with his second base hit of the game.
just slashes this ball to the left of Omar Vizquel. And that's not an easy thing to do, getting it past him.
And Beltre will be the hitter. And that double play ball. That is about as sure a thing as you're ever going to see right there. 6-4-3. Wonder how many times Omar has turned that in his career. Here in the second, 1 hit, no runs. Still tied 2-2. Second time through the lineup as we go to the third for Felix Hernandez. Randy Wynn gave him a heck of a battle before finally grounding out to Richie Sexton in the first. To be followed by Omar Vizquel and then Ray Durham. Japanese catcher, Venezuelan pitcher. Not a Venezuelan pitcher. Yeah. Omar Vizquel up there. Here is the next pitch on the way, and a swing and a fly ball hit to deep right field, and Ichiro looks at that baby fly out of here. So Omar Vizquel, Randy Wynn rather, with his 7th home run, and on 3 home runs, the San Francisco Giants have taken the lead 3-2.
Randy Wynn, who caught fire last year in San Francisco in the leadoff spot. Felix again looks like he's missing his location. He leaves this ball right up out over the plate. Joe Jimmo was set up down and away. This ball caught the middle part of the plate.
Omar pops it up, and Sexton will have a play. So add 19 more grand for prostate research. That's $76,000. We're giving away $76,000
already. There's a lot of baseball left.
Ray Durham takes down low. Straight away center field, fairly deep. But Willie's got plenty of room out there to make the catch. So 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Barry Bonds in the 2nd inning on a 2-1 pitch. And there was little doubt about it. Here it is. Way back in the right center field bleachers. Just under the UW Medicine sign for his 718th career home run and his 10th of the year. Starts him off with a straight change. You can see that produced great power. You don't have to be right down on the knob of the bat. Barry Bonds is not down on the knob of the bat. He's up on the knob of the bat an inch or so. A little low.
The knob that he has is gradually gets thicker towards the bottom, but Bonds relies on quickness, bat speed.
This has got to be a great Father's Day weekend for a dad who brings a youngster, and the dads who have youngsters here this evening, youngsters that will remember that they saw Barry Bonds hit a home run here in Seattle. That will be a memory that will last forever, for their entire life.
And you've got to believe that a lot of the people that are here at the ballpark tonight
were kind of, you know, they want the Mariners to win, but they were kind of hoping to see Barry Bonds leave the ballpark. He didn't waste any time either in his first at bat.
Moise Alou hit a ground ball to third. And Barry Bonds just did something that he does better than hit home runs. Walks. Wanted to, but couldn't quite. And the curveball had him bent at the knees and recoiling, and it got the inside corner. Moise Alou with 306 home runs. No trade. That got him. And we go to the bottom half of the third, but another long ball, this one by ex-Mariner Randy Wynn. And the Giants lead it 3-2. Very nice crowd on hand here, as they expect over 40,000, but there are a lot of empty seats in that upper deck out there. So I'm not sure. They'll probably announce 40,000 or so tickets sold. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike to Jose Lopez.
Jose had a great at-bat back in the first inning. Saw 11 pitches from Noah Lowry, and resulted in a base hit to left field.
It's amazing if you can just bite the bullet, get off the hook with minimal damage the way Lowry did in the first inning. Now sometimes it just all of a sudden comes back, as it has for him. That's a routine fly ball. Randy Wynn takes care of that. One down. Talking to Randy Wynn before the ball game, as you kids, that young lady included, Saturday, July the 1st, going to receive a Mariner Moose bobblehead. Mariners take on the Rockies at 7:05. Kids, this is your chance to take home your antlered friend. For tickets to Moose bobblehead night at Safeco Field, July the 1st, you can call 206-622-HITS. Talking to Randy Wynn before the game. What happened when you got traded to the Giants and you fire last year in the National League? He says, I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. Just one of those things.
Then you bottle it, and then you sell it. Randy was always such a consistent performer for the Mariners. Always a real true professional, the way he went about his business. One of the finest gentlemen that you'll meet in the game.
You got that right.
Very similar to the guy standing at home plate for the Mariners.
Raul down the left field line, catches the stands. That's going to be a double. Barry Bonds going over to take it in the corner, and it never got to the corner.
Little tomahawk chop from Raul Ibanez. Fastball up and away, and he just slashes it down the left field line. Ball bouncing off. Bonds thinking it was going to go down into the corner. Had to do a little rerouting to get to that ball as Raul comes in with a stand-up double.
So Sexton a hitter. How do you think Barry Bonds is going to be remembered? What's his legacy going to be?
I think a lot of that will have to do with what eventually happens with all of the issues surrounding him right now.
Yeah.
Just looking at the sheer numbers, it's absolutely amazing what he has accomplished over the course of his career. The numbers that he has amassed.
foul back.
That's coming from someone that this game was never really easy. You know, I played 13 years, but it wasn't easy to hit a home run. It wasn't easy to get a base hit.
I highly recommend a book by Lee Montville. I'm about halfway through now, called The Big Bam. There have been a lot of stories written about Babe Ruth, and this one is about Babe Ruth, and it is absolutely excellent. It's hard to put down. Give you some idea what it was like back in the roaring 20s. That pitch has popped up into right field, and Randy Wynn will make the catch. Tagging and heading for third is Raul, and he will make it, and the ball backed up by the pitcher Lowry. Say back up third. Why? There's a reason why right there.
Good hustle by Lowry. These are the type of things that you work on all day, every day for the pitchers in spring training. That ball scoots past Omar Vizquel, but Lowry right there saving himself a run.
So it'll be up to Mike Morris, who had the sacrifice fly in the first. Very high. Dodgers leading Oakland 2-1 in Oakland in the fourth. I don't believe that. Nobody leads Oakland in Oakland. But that's what the scoreboard says. Ex-Mariner Brett Tomko pitching for Los Angeles tonight against Barry Zito. On the block. 2-1. Angels leading San Diego 3-0 in the third. And Texas beat Arizona 5-3. Texas supplanted at the top by Oakland yesterday. High. Ball three. 3 balls and a strike to count. Morris swings and misses it. Well, what a changeup. 74 miles an hour.
Lowry's fastball has gotten up to as high as 90. So he's pulling that strings to the tune of 16 miles an hour difference. Tough to cover both of those pitches.
3-2 pitch fastball fouled away. That was 88. And that's fouled away. Giants, a couple of games better on the road than they are at home. They're only a 500 ball club at AT&T Park. 17-17, 17-15 on the road.
55 pitches now for Noah Lowry.
Line fair down the right field line, just inside the right field foul line, and picking up Randy Wynn, whose throw to second is not in time. So Mike Morris almost shocks the line with a double into right field. We got a new ball game, 3-3.
This double down the right field line is a mirror image of the double by Raul down the left field line. Fastball up and away. Tomahawks it right down the line as that ball bounces off, allowing Randy Wynn to have it to come in to charge that ball as Moore slides into second base with a double, his 4th of the season.
So Kenji will be the hitter now. He walked to load the bases in the first. And lines it deep to left field into the corner. Barry Bonds will lope over into the corner to pick it up. Meanwhile, Morris will score easily from second base, and the Mariners lead it 4-3. 3 doubles here in the third inning. And of course, Barry Bonds, not that mobile, but that's a double in any ballpark against any left fielder.
Yeah, this ball is hit very sharply by Kenji Jojima down the left field line into the corner. Bonds playing Jojima straight away. No chance to get to this one. He plays it off the wall. But 3 doubles. Plates 2 runs here for the Mariners in the bottom of the 3rd.
And Brad Hennessy up one more time. It was up in the 1st inning. Willie Blomqvist takes the breaking ball down low inside. He's a little over anxious with the bases loaded and 2 away in the first swung at the first pitch. Popped it back behind home plate to Todd Green.
They've been given back to Felix.
In the dirt. But foul. Tried to get way in on Blomqvist and Willie pulled it. To left field. So quickly around 3rd. Here comes Jojima. Barry's throw to the plate is cut off. Throw to second base. They've got Willie in the pickle, and they're going to tag him out, but not before Jojima comes in to score. The Mariners score 3, and they have taken the lead now. It's the Mariners 5 and the Giants 3. What a ball game we have going.
You're watching FSN Northwest.
And welcome back as we go to the 4th inning of play. This has been a long ball tournament. So far won by the Giants. Ichiro has won. Bonds has won. Steve Finley has won for the San Francisco Giants. And Randy Wynn has won. So they have 3 solos, but the Mariners have the most runs and lead it 5-3. And a strike is called to Mr. Finley. And you can see the wind out there now blowing sharply to left field, not right field. And the home runs have all gone to right field. There's a strike and the count 0-2 on Finley.
Very unusual to see the wind blowing that hard out to left, but as you mentioned, all the home runs are going out there, out into right field. A lot of extra base hits here tonight.
And a curveball in the dirt. Finley. The strikeout victim number 3. Time now for our trivia. Our Aflac trivia brought to you by Aflac. How many stadiums has Barry Bonds played in without ever hitting a home run? That's in the major leagues, of course. I don't have any idea.
Could be a trick question. Maybe early in his career, played somewhere that he eventually built a new stadium, but I'd have to say 0.
Strike on the inside corner. 1-1. So what interleague play started? 97?
1997.
1997. And then West played West, Midwest played Midwest, East played East for what, 4 years? Through 2001, right? And changes inside. So the Kingdom would have to be 1. Yeah. This place didn't open. 99. Hard hit, ground ball. What a stop by. No, it's not a stop by Beltre. It got under him. And digging for 2 is Felice. And he'll make it. I thought Beltre had smothered it, but it just got by him. That'll be a double for Pedro Felice.
Pedro Feliz just smokes this ball down the line. Adrian Beltre takes a step and a dive. That ball just gets underneath the glove. Rolls down into the left field corner for a double.
So Sweeney, who pulled the double down the right field line in the second, is the hitter now with 1 down, 1 on. And the sun setting. It's at that time of the evening where the sun catches the glass up in right field, way up in right field, and just lights up the place. It's like a huge light bulb up there. Is that distracting? Well,
I think it is. Yeah, because you can. I mean, even here in the booth, we're feeling it come in on our eyes. Not so much for a left-handed batter because he's got his back to it, but for a right-handed hitter, you certainly sense that light coming in.
Fly ball to deep center field, and Bloomquist going back to the warning track. The wall, it's off the base of the wall. So Feliz will score easily. We got ourselves a 1-run ball game. So it's a battle of extra base hits. All the Giant hits are extra base hits. They have 3 home runs and they have 3 doubles. And we have a 5-4 ball game.
Felix trying to again come inside off the plate to Mark Sweeney. Makes a mistake out over the middle, and Sweeney drives it and short hops the wall in center field. Pedro Feliz comes around to score.
Here's Todd Green, who struck out. Felix Hernandez hasn't been fooling anybody too much tonight. 9 runs, 15 hits so far in the ball game. Angels leading San Diego 3-2 in the 4th.
Felix's pitch count now climbing up as he hits at 70.
Chased that breaking ball. It was probably a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Dodger lead over the A's is gone. A's 3, Dodgers 2 now in the 5th.
Seen 6 doubles here tonight to go along with the long balls.
And he lost him down low inside. Second walk given up by Hernandez, coming in the last 2 innings. The Mariners series with the Giants will continue tomorrow afternoon and Sunday, both 105 games. All the kids taking home a special pack of Mariners baseball cards, courtesy of Topps at tomorrow's game. And Sunday, all the kids are going to receive a Richie Sexton cap, courtesy of Virginia Mason. For tickets to the Giants series, visit SeattleMariners.com. Rafi Chavez out to talk to his pupil, Mr. Hernandez. As we mentioned, he's thrown a lot of pitches, 73 pitches. And remember, he had a complete game. His last outing, he only threw 94 in that entire complete game. So it's a different Felix Hernandez we're looking at. Mariners trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Getting off on a great start with a sweep of the Angels. Randy Wynn waits. Randy doesn't seem to have that left arm flapping as much as he used to when he played with the Mariners. It's almost a Joe Morgan flap. Some loyal Randy fans showing their emotion. And strike.
You're talking about his left arm flapping. It almost looks like he's switched, and it's his front arm now who's kind of getting a little rock going. Keep that front shoulder in there. Hitters are going to change, and they're going to make those adjustments depending on how they're feeling. If they find something that feels good, they're going to stick with it.
Sexton drops it and is only going to get one, and almost lost the timing there because Hernandez had to hold up and almost overran the bag. He had to hold up. Lost the double play.
Wynn hits his ball sharply to Richie Sexton. Richie doesn't come up with it as that last bounce, but that ball having to come up out of his hand. Felix stays with it.
Well, here's Vizquel, always a tough out in this situation. Way inside. Ozzie Smith is the only other shortstop in Major League history with more Gold Gloves than Omar Vizquel. 13. Omar has 10. And should get out of it. Sexton right to the bag, and here in the fourth, 1 run. But 2 left out there in scoring position, and as we go to the bottom of the fourth, it's a tight one, 5-4 Mariners. Well, we come back with the answer to our Aflac trivia interrogatory. How many stadiums has Barry Bonds played in without ever hitting a home run? Major League Stadium. Aflac! And the answer is 3. One of them being the Kingdome. Tropicana Field, he's only played a couple of games there. And Hiram Bithorn Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico, when the Giants went there to play Montreal. He's only played 2 games there. And here's where he has hit the most home runs of his 718 home runs now. 35 parks. Obviously, Candlestick would probably be at the top of the list. And his current ballpark, AT&T Park, next. And of course, he started his career with the Pirates, so Pirates Stadium, number 3. Three Rivers Stadium, not Three Rivers Stadium now. Ballpark there. Strike on the outside corner to Juniesky Betancourt. Brad Hennessy is the new pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. That's a little outside. That long first inning took it out of the starter Noah Lowry. And that ball hit to left field. Barry Bonds running over into left center field and on the run. Well read. Just passes off the baton to Steve Finley. You go ahead and throw it back in. I caught it.
You take care of it, young man. Was it the other way around? Steve Finley and
Steve Finley's 41.
Might be a toss-up.
Yeah, Steve Finley's 41. Barry Bonds will be 42 July the 12th.
We'll let the young guy throw it in.
Ichiro's 2 for 2. been unbelievable. Those numbers are staggering.
5-14 since May 30th. He's got 2 already here tonight.
Durham stays with it to throw him out.
Ichiro 10 ahead of the 04 pace when he broke the record with 262. After that April that he had, people concerned of did Ichiro lose it? Well, the answer is simply no, sir.
Strike to Adrian Beltre. 1 for 2. Bounced into a double play. After a single in the first, that's low and outside. I think that's going to drop. It is into right center field. So Beltre with his second hit. Look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? Giants here for the weekend. They'll leave, so will the Mariners. Only the 3-game homestand. The Mariners go down to Southern California. First of all to Los Angeles to play the Dodgers, then to San Diego to play the Padres. And then on over to Phoenix before returning home for their final homestand before the All-Star break.
It's barely enough time to get your dry cleaning done.
Yeah, that's right. Popped him up. Durham is over there, but Randy Wynn calls him off and makes the easier catch in fair territory. Here in the fourth, a bloop hit by Beltre, but he's left at first, and it's still 5-4.
You're watching FSN Northwest.
Well, we go to the 5th inning, and Ray Durham, and following him, of course, Barry Bonds, and then Moise Alou. A bunt. Great bunt. Beltre makes a great play and throws him out. My, oh my, nobody does it any better. On the bunt like that, Beltre stalking it. The only way to do it, pick it up barehanded and then whiplash that throw to first base. Tremendous play by Adrian Beltre.
Adrian just quick as a cat comes in with the bare hand. He gets so much leverage on it as his body starts to go away from first base. That arms whipping action gets so much on the throw to just nail Ray Durham at first base.
So here is Barry Bonds now. Barry taking outside ball 1. And again, the flash bulbs popping around the stadium here in Seattle. Can you imagine what kind of a picture you get with an ordinary camera with a flash bulb from the distance you are in the stadium with Barry Bonds? 2-0. And a changeup, and he's out in front of it. Good changeup. This from the first inning. Challenged him with a fastball, and see you later. Bonds hits it foul down the right field line. That replay of the home run, our GMC Professional Grade Spotlight, brought to you by Woodell Auto Mall in Port Angeles. He doesn't get cheated.
His recognition of the pitches is absolutely remarkable. He's been on Felix's curveball,
Right on his fastball.
And he struck him out. Struck him out on an 83-mile-an-hour changeup.
This looks like a backdoor breaking ball, and he leaves it up out of the strike zone, and Bonds swings underneath it.
Moise Alou, the hitter. Moise has been a great player in his own right over the years.
Lou, very quiet, professional. Got some great all-star years. Teams like the Houston Astros, Montreal Expos. And Lou coming into tonight's ball game right now, hitting .325 with 9 home runs and 31 RBIs as he's approaching his 40th birthday.
And he fooled him on a breaking ball, and down he goes. 5 strikeouts now for Felix Hernandez. 3 up and 3 down here in the 5th, and it's still 5-4 Mariners.
And welcome back to Safeco Field as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Mariners lead the San Francisco Giants by a score of 5-4. Hi again, everybody. Rick Riz along with Dave Valley, and this game has been back and forth. Both teams using the long ball, Val.
Well, we've seen a lot of power here tonight, a lot of extra base hits. We've seen a bunch of home runs, which are raising some great funds for the Prostate Cancer Fund, which is just a great thing here tonight. But we've seen doubles all over the ballpark here tonight.
Yeah. Mariners lead by a run. Raul Ibanez leading off the bottom of the 5th inning. He had a double and scored a run in the 3rd. And Val, 2 out base hits. Those are the hits that win ball games. And the Mariners had 3 2-out base hits in the bottom of the 3rd. Doubles by Morse and Jojba, an RBI single by Willie Bloomquist. Raul 1 for 2. He's also flying out to Randy Wynn in right field. Brad Hennessy on in relief at the knees for a strike. Hennessy took over in the bottom of the 4th inning. Noah Lowry, the starter, the left-hander, went the first 3 innings Valen threw a lot of pitches, giving up 5 runs and 8 hits. Check swing, it's a strike, full count, 3-2.
In the bottom of the 1st inning, he threw over 40 pitches, but gave up only 2 runs to the Mariners, which is pretty amazing.
On deck, Richie Sexson. And that misses, ball 4. So Ibanez with a leadoff walk from Hennessy here in the 5th. And here's Richie. Well, the Mariners back in interleague play. The Mariners 3-0 in interleague play this year with a sweep here at home against the San Diego Padres. Mariners overall 87 and 74 since interleague play started back in 1997. And they're 50 and 32 here at home. Ground ball of Vizquel in short. Bare hands, goes to second, relay to first, in time, double play. Guy doesn't need a glove. Omar Vizquel is so sure with that bare right hand, he didn't even need his glove.
Just absolutely amazing. We've seen this for so many years here in Seattle. I saw it first when he was 17 years old down in Caracas, and he just continues to watch this. This one almost gave my heart, made my heart stop. Omar comes running across for the final out of a no-hitter by Chris Bosio.
In a no-hitter.
Like it was, just walk in the park. But he's done it his whole career, and he's still doing it here in his 17th year in the major leagues.
Can you believe that? I remember sitting out in front of the Mission Palms Hotel in Tempe, Arizona, when Little O was just a baby growing up in the Mariners organization. Talked with Omar as he was just starting his baseball career, and he has blossomed. He's had a great career. One of the greatest defensive shortstop, maybe the greatest I think I've ever seen. And the Mariners have a young man who's going to be outstanding for a long time. That young man right there, Yuniesky Betancourt. Broken bat, ground ball. This time Vizquel uses his glove, and he throws out Mike Morse over at first base. That will retire the side. Broken bat And the barrel went out by Vizquel along with the ball. After 5 innings of play, the Mariners lead the Giants 5-4, and that kid's going to be very good as well. Seattle Mariners baseball and FSN is brought to you by Car Toys. Find more wireless choices at Car Toys, home of the $100 low price guarantee. By Sterling Savings, the perfect fit bank. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, moving you forward. Top of the 6th inning, Steve Finley leads it off. The Mariners lead the Giants by a score of 5-4. Oh, 1. Steve Finley with a home run to right field. That tied the game at that point in the ballgame at 2-2. Finley with 3, make it 4 home runs on the year. Going inside, 1 ball and 1 strike, and this guy Val is in a select group, one of only 6 players with 300 or more home runs and 300 or more stolen bases.
We've got a lot of great veterans in the ballpark here tonight, starting with our own Jamie Moyer, Barry Bonds, Steve Finley, Omar Vizquel, all guys approaching their 40s or already in their 40s.
Right. Barry Bonds
who have just gotten the job done for so many years.
Jamie at 43. I can't believe Omar Vizquel is 37. Can that be? Where did the time go?
Moises Alou, there's a little low. You know, we just saw that great play by Omar. I'm going to tell you why he does it. Because catching it with the glove is boring. I'm telling you. It just adds a little fun for him out there at shortstop.
Still makes his home in the Seattle area. Fouled away by Finley, and the count is still 3-2. But I've never seen a guy do that so often. And it seems like he never misses when he makes the barehanded attempt. The glove is just for show. It doesn't need it.
You know, now that you mention, I don't ever remember him going after a ball with the bare hand and not making the play.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember.
Ball 4, so Steve Finley is on at first base with a leadoff walk. The 3rd walk given up by Felix Hernandez, so the Giants have the tying run aboard for 3rd baseman Pedro Feliz. Feliz doubled and scored a run back in the 4th inning. Scored on Sweeney's double down the right field line. Excuse me, to right center field. A lot of extra base hits in this game. And this young man is really just starting his major league career at 20. Fly ball into right field. Ichiro will have an easy play. 1 out for the Giants here in the 6th inning. Finley back to the bag at first. That'll bring up first baseman Mark Sweeney. Well, tonight in the American League West, the Angels and the Padres all tied at 3-3. Bottom of the 6th inning. The A's lead the Dodgers 5-3 in the 6th. And a final, the Rangers have already defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 5-3. The scores are brought to you by your Northwest Chevy dealers. There's the flags representing the teams in the American League West high above the bleachers of the field. Mariners with some wins trying to change the location of their flag up there. Right now the Mariners tied for the bottom spot of the West with the Angels, 5 games out behind the first place Oakland A's. Outside on Sweeney, ball 1. Julio Mateo, the right-hander, warming up down to the bullpen along with Eddie Guardado. As manager Mike Hargrove looks over his stat sheet at the available matchups that are coming up. Little ground ball, foul on the first base side, and the count is even on Sweeney at 1-1. And Val, the fun for the managers really take place in the National League ballparks when you have to take a look at double switches. You have to use your bench. You have to use your bullpen differently. This guy's been doing it for years. Felipe Alou, a National League manager for the Expos and the Giants for a long time.
In the National League is really a place, if you're a role player, you're going to get used in the National League. Guys don't mind being that 4th outfielder. You're going to get the opportunities to appear late in the ball game.
National League clubs built so much differently than American League ball clubs that go out and spend their money on a designated hitter. They look for that guy for that spot. Of course, no DH in the National League, so you look to strengthen your bench. Sweeney sends a fly ball into left field toward the line. Ibanez gets there in time to make the catch. 2 outs, and back to first base goes Steve Finley. Mariners lead 5-4 when the top half of the 6th. Well, stay tuned right after the ball game as Bill Kruger joins us to break down tonight's action. Plus, Todd Mansfield is with the Beavers at the College World Series, and meet the Mariners' top draft pick, Brandon Morrow. FSN Live after the game right here on FSN. Congratulations to the young man out of Cal, Brandon Morrow, the Mariners' first-round draft pick and the 5th pick overall in the June draft recently. Good luck, young man. Brandon Morrow.
Yeah, just watching some of the video of Brandon Morrow, how that ball just jumps out of his hand. It reminds me a lot of Brett Saberhagen, Ben McDonald, very kind of long and lanky. May not be too far before we see Brandon Morrow and Felix Hernandez in the same starting rotation.
It would be nice because Felix is going to be there for a long time. Here's a look at the young man, Brandon Morrow, out of Cal. Was 7-4 this year. His final season in the Pac-10. Wow. Throws hard, 95, 99 miles an hour.
Ben McDonald, didn't it?
Yeah. Todd Green bounces one to Betancourt. Tricky hop, handles it, high throw, brought down by Richie Sexton in time to get Todd Green for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Safeco Field. Mariners 5, Giants 4. Seattle Mariners baseball and FSN is brought to you by Money Tree, your cash solution. By Safeco Insurance. To find a local independent Safeco agent, visit Safeco.com. By Fast Water Heater. When your hot turns cold, you better think fast. And by your Northwest Ford stores, bold moves. Bottom half of the 6th inning, the Mariners lead the Giants by a run, 5-4. Opening game of this 3-game set. Brad Hennessy on in relief. His 3rd inning of relief for starting pitcher Noah Lowry. He'll face Jojima, Blomquist, and Betancourt. Kenji Jojima with an RBI double down the left field line. That scored Mike Morris with a go-ahead run in the 3rd inning. 0-1. Kenji also walked back in the 1st inning.
Back in the 3rd inning, the Mariners had 3 doubles. One by Raul Ibanez to get it going. Mike Morse, it was almost the exact same double down the opposite line.
Right.
And Kenji came up with that double into the left field corner.
Up and in. Ball 2. 2-2. Up and away, full count. Kenji has started most of the ball games this year. He played in Japan in 140 games twice in his career over in Japan. Back up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Kenji Jojima, leading off the bottom half of the 6th. Mariners lead by a run, looking for a little more room against the Giants. Well, coming up on July 1st and 3rd, there's a new way to watch a game at Safeco Field. Introducing the Long Ball Lounge. Seating in the lounge is unassigned and tickets are just $30. You'll get access to this unique style suite level experience. Plus an all-you-can-eat buffet, Val, and a complimentary drink. This is right up Val's alley. The lounge, located in right field, is only open on July 1st and 3rd. Get your tickets online at SeattleMariners.com. Right up there, the Long Ball Lounge. All-you-can-eat buffet.
That works for me.
You better believe it. Toss over to first base. Jojima gets back to the bag. Folks, I've seen this guy eat.
Oh, come on now.
Thank you. Good guy. Here's Willie Blomquist, RBI single in the 3rd. Willie 1 for 2. That drove in Jojima. 0-1. the Giant pitchers under the tutelage of pitching coach Dave Righetti, a fine pitcher in his major league career, Val, with the New York Yankees. He's been with the Giants as their pitching coach for a while now. He was in the minor leagues with Righetti when he was pitching at AAA Columbus. There goes the runner, swinging a foul out of play by Blomquist. 0-2, and Jojima on the hit and run heads on back to first base.
Dave Righetti had a great career as a starter. He was one of the guys who made that transition out into the bullpen to become a closer.
Threw a no-hitter against the Boston Red Sox back on July the 4th, 1983 or 1984. Back to the mound, but it gets on by Hennessy to Durham, who steps on the bag. High throw to first base into the dugout. Ray Durham's errant throw will send Willie Blomquist down to second base. They get the out on Jojima at second, 1 on and 1 away. It'll be a fielder's choice for Willie and a throwing error by Ray Durham. Well, let's take a look at what's on deck, brought to you by McFarland Cascade. The Mariners take on the Giants tomorrow. Gil Mesh against Jason Schmidt. Schmidt from Kelso, Washington. He's 6-2 to start the year. Gil 6-4. And then coming up on Sunday, Jamie Moyer against Jamie Wright. Final game of the series. Join us at 1 o'clock on KSTW. That's a look at our pitching matchups, brought to you by Comcast. 1 on, 1 away, bottom of the 6th. Here's shortstop Yuniesky Betancourt. Turn around, a throw back to second base, and out at second, Willie Blomquist. Little daylight play. Hennessy back to Omar Vizquel, and Willie can't get back to the bag. 2 down. Willie picked off.
Absolutely perfect throw by Hennessy. Omar Vizquel sneaks back behind him. Looks like that glove may have got right on top of the hand of Willie Blomquist.
No 2 outs and nobody on for Betancourt. Fouls one back. 0-1. Val to pick somebody off second base, it has to be a perfect throw. If it's just a little bit high, the runner has a chance to get that hand back onto the bag. 0-2. A lot of times you see the throw there in time, but then the shortstop at the second baseman has to catch it and bring down the tag.
The majority of the time you need a throw where you're catching it and tagging it right at the same time, which is what Hennessy did on that feed to Omar Vizquel.
Popped up. First base line. Mark Sweeney is there in front of the bag. And he makes the catch for out number 3. And after 6 innings of play, the Mariners lead the Giants 5-4. 5-4. Mariners lead the Giants as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Enjoying the game from Safeco Field. Sonics forward Nick Collison here at the ballpark. Nick is wearing the baseball cap right there, going with the beard look. Nick Collison. Also here, Kim Thale from the group Soundgarden. Right there. How you doing, Kim? Kim Thale from Soundgarden. And Eddie Guardado will take over in relief here in the top half of inning number 7.
Eddie making his 23rd appearance here with a 5.30 ERA. Opponent's hitting .284. He's going to face his old teammate Randy Wynn.
Well, that's it for Felix Hernandez tonight, who goes 6 innings. Gives up 6 base hits, 4 runs all earned, walked 3, and he struck out 5. So Eddie Guardado on in relief. Leaves with a 1-run lead.
And a chance to win his 4th consecutive start.
He was outstanding his last start, Val, down in Anaheim. A complete game performance through only 94 pitches. Beat the Angels by a score of 6-2. Randy Wynn turns around and hits from the right side. And takes a strike from Guardado. 0-1. Randy 1 for 3 with a home run to right field. Inside for ball 1, 1-1.
Randy Wynn is really struggling from the right side, hitting only 187.
You have 3 switch hitters coming up here for the Giants. Wynn, Vizquel, and Durham. outside for ball 2, 2-1. So with a left-hander out there, you turn around and have him bat from the right side. Swing and a miss, and the count is even on Wynn. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sat down and hit a heart-to-heart with Eddie Guardado yesterday. How tough it's been over the last few weeks after losing his job as the closer on the ball club. How tough it's been mentally to try to get back to where he was last year. Hopped up and out of play in the first base side. The count is still even on Wynn at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He said, Rick, I'm not going to lie to you. It has been very tough. I've got to try to play this mental game when I come into the game to try to get the juices flowing. But he says it's very difficult because for years I have lived on that adrenaline rush coming in the 9th inning with the game on the line.
Nothing quite like coming in with 1 run leading, runner on second base. You've got to get those last couple of outs.
Crowd behind you.
He's a guy who's gotten it done.
You have to make that pitch. Fouled away by Wynn, and that pitch, well, for Eddie, has to be that fastball down and away in the outside corner. He said it hasn't been easy, but he's very, very pleased with the success of J.J. Putz. He's helped out J.J. tremendously the last couple of years.
J.J.'d be the first one to tell you that he has set a tremendous example down there of professionalism.
And a walk to Randy Wynn leading off the top of the 7th inning in a 1-run game. Well, this Sunday is going to be Virginia Mason Youth Baseball Day as the Mariners take on the Giants at 1:05, and all kids in attendance will receive a great cap featuring Richie Sexson. For tickets to Virginia Mason Youth Baseball Day this Sunday, stop by any Mariners team store. Here's Omar Vizquel trying to sacrifice, lays it down on the first base side, picked up by Sexson, back to Lopez. And the sacrifice will send Randy Wynn down to second base. Omar Vizquel can handle the bat as well as anybody in baseball.
He's a guy that just has really learned how to handle every situation, whether it's hit and run, bunting from both the right side and the left side. One of the best bunters I've ever seen from the left side. He has found ways to help his club win. He was a part of that team that went to the World Series with the Cleveland Indians.
95 and again 97. Here is Ray Durham. Durham is 0 for 3, robbed of a base hit by Beltre in the 5th. Try and run at second, 1 down. Omar Vizquel, Val, to my way of thinking, Hall of Famer with the career that he has put together.
I don't think there's any question.
Defensively and offensively, he's hitting .320 coming into the ballgame.
But I think early on he was such a great defensive player that people didn't really care about his offense. But I think he really developed into an offensive force. He's not a home run hitter, but he is hit for average. He knows how to bunt, and as we've just finished talking about, it's very great situational hitter.
For years hitting that number 2 spot when he was with the Indians, ball club managed by Mike Hargrove. Durham takes up and away for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ray Durham 1 for 10 against Eddie Guardado with 4 strikeouts. Win the tying run at second. Fouled away on the first base side by Durham. The count is 1-2. Barry Bonds on deck. Barry with a home run, leadoff home run back in the second, number 718 in his major league career. Number 2 all time. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Eddie got that pitch, that fastball down and away to the right-handed hitting Ray Durham. So 2 outs for the Giants here in the 7th inning, and here comes Barry Bonds. Back in the second, Barry led off the inning with number 718 to the bleachers in right center field.
That was off a fastball from Felix Hernandez. Felix was trying to go down and away, left the pitch out on the plate. And Bonds very quickly deposited in the seats.
Well, it's not the 9th inning for Eddie Gradato. They will take the bat away from Barry Bonds. Mike Hargrove says put him on. So Bonds will get the intentional walk. The Giants will have runners on at first and second, and the Mariners will take their chances with that guy, Moises Alou. Well, this is something clubs do all the time. They want Barry just to walk up the first base line and not swing the bat. As a matter of fact, a few years ago when Buck Showalter was managing the Diamondbacks, he walked Barry Bonds with the bases loaded. And there is ball 4. And yeah, the strategy worked. The next guy made an out. So Bonds with the intentional walk. Here comes manager Mike Hargrove out of the dugout. Moises Alou due up next. And Mike Hargrove goes out, and we'll have a pitching change, and Rafael Soriano will take over in relief. We'll be back after this timeout. 5-4, the Mariners lead the Giants here in the top half of the 7th inning. FSN has given away 4 Mariner tickets to every home game. Be sure to watch the pregame show for the first clue. The second clue is John from Spokane. Now stay tuned for FSN Live after the game to know when to call in with both clues to win. Well, the intentional walk to Barry Bonds. The Giants have runners on at first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Mariners up by a run, 5-4, and Rafael Soriano takes over in relief.
Soriano with a 1-1 record and a 2.36 ERA. Got 39 punch-outs and 34 in the 3rd innings.
Here is Moises Alou, 0 for 3. Has bounced out twice to Beltre at 3rd and struck out. Well hit deep to left field down the line. Ibanez on the run. He's there in front of the warning track into the corner, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Soriano gets the final out, and the Giants leave 2 runners stranded. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mariners lead 5-4. And the Mariners' 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Sleep Country Foster Kids, reminding you that while not everyone can be a foster parent, anyone can help a foster child. Learn more at sleepcountry.com. Each row leading off the bottom of the 7th inning as the Mariners lead the Giants 5-4. Sends a high fly ball straight away center field. Steve Finley is there. 1 out for the Mariners here in the 7th. That'll bring up Adrian Beltre. Well, go to SeattleMariners.com today and check out the brand new way to follow all of the action around the league. It's the MLB.TV Mosaic. You can watch up to 6 games simultaneously on one screen. Check it out at SeattleMariners.com. Here's Beltre. Adrian is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. 0-1. Interleague play getting underway back in 1997. Can you believe it's already in its 10th season? 0-2 on Beltre. Down through the years, Val, have you liked interleague play?
I have. But, you know, one of the things that I know people have talked about, the different ideas of how to change it, how to make it more interesting. I think if the National League team comes into an American League ballpark, I think they should play National League rules here.
Popped up into shallow right field. It's caught by the second baseman Ray Durham. So 2 outs for the Mariners here in the 7th inning. So just switch it up so the fans in American League ballparks can see the National League style of play with the double switches where the pitcher has to hit. Here's Jose Lopez. Jose 1 for 3 with a single to left field. Back in the 1st inning. Off starting pitcher Noah Lowry lasted 3 innings tonight. Ball 1. It's interesting, to say the least, when we go to the National League ballparks to see the pitchers hit. There's some interesting at-bats. And of course, their biggest job is to lay down a bunt. And that's what they've been doing the last few days, taking some swings and also trying to work on their bunting.
And I think all American League managers always hold their breath when those guys go out there and they start taking batting practice. And, you know, typically early May, you know, pitchers get out there, they want to start hitting the ball in the seats, and you're just hoping that nobody blows out a rib cage muscle.
Yeah.
But, you know, pitchers, they're competitive. They're out there having their own little game amongst themselves.
And they want to have a chance, an opportunity when it arises to help out their own cause during the course of a ball game in a National League ballpark. drive left field right at Barry Bonds, and Barry makes the catch for out number 3, and we go to the 8th. Still a 1-run ball game. The Mariners lead the Giants 5-4. 5-4. Mariners lead the Giants. Top of the 8th inning. Leading it off with San Francisco, Steve Finley. And there's the newest first-round draft pick by the Mariners with the baseball cap on right there. Brandon Morrow out of the University of California. Congratulations, young man, signing his contract. That announcement was made at 11 o'clock this morning. So good luck to Brandon Morrow right there. The Mariners' first-round pick, the 5th pick overall in the June draft.
What a day for that young man.
Ground ball back up the middle into center field. Steve Finley with a leadoff single here in the top half of the 8th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Rafael Soriano came on in relief with 2 on and 2 outs in the 7th inning, and he got Moises Alou to fly out to Ibanez down the left field line. Here's Pedro Feliz. Breaking ball, strike, 0-1. JJ warming up down in the bullpen. JJ puts. Well, I know you were excited as a young man out of high school when you signed your professional contract years ago with the Mariners and started off your career up in Bellingham. Ground ball up the end of the bat to the second baseman Lopez over to Betancourt. 1 on to first, not in time. Feliz safe at first base. They got the out on Finley. The ball wasn't hit that hard, and Lopez had to come go get it.
And Betancourt really comes and gets this speed from Jose Lopez. Gets off a quick snap throw, but Feliz clearly on top of the bag. But that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
How about the quick feed? You talked about Betancourt coming across that bag, and you know this guy is watching the young shortstop of the Mariners, Omar Vizquel, keeping his eyes on this kid right here, Betancourt.
When you watch both Omar and Betancourt, and they do things that may not be according to the book on how to turn double plays. They'll do a little unorthodox. They'll throw off the wrong foot, but they're so confident and they have so much ability that it doesn't matter. They just get rid of it.
It's like they're playing in their own backyard. That's the way they did it as kids growing up. Omar from Venezuela, Betancourt in Cuba. Their feet are so quick.
Shortstop of the past, shortstop of the future.
I mean, just pass the torch right there. A little ode to this guy. And we have enjoyed what Omar Vizquel has done for a long, long time. Now we get to enjoy Betancourt. A strike on Mark Sweeney. 2-1. One on, one out. 5-4 Mariners lead. Top half of the 8th. Mark Sweeney is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. And a run batted in on at first base. Feliz up and away. Ball 3. Giants winning their last 2 games against the Arizona Diamondbacks as you take a look at the on-deck hitter Todd Green. And that puts San Francisco 2 games over 500 for the year. They're only 2 back out of first place behind the Dodgers, who lead the West. Arizona just 1 game back. Colorado, San Diego, San Francisco, all 2 games behind. Day baseball tomorrow and Sunday. Up and away, runner going, and that's ball 4. So Mark Sweeney walks, and the Giants have runners at first and second with 1 out here in the 8th. Tying run at second. Well, the private suites here at Safeco Field have been recognized as one of the most unique experiences in sports. Here's your chance to reserve your own suite for an upcoming Mariners game. There's several suite packages available to fit your needs. Dates are filling up fast. Get in on the fun and reserve your suite. Call 206-346-4001 during regular business hours. As I look at one of the many suites at Safeco Field, named after Hall of Famers. When you go into one of the suites, there's the Hall of Famers jersey, Rogers, Hornsby, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. 0-1 the count on Green. Todd is 0 for 2. He has struck out, walked. He's also grounded out to Betancourt at short, and that's what Soriano is looking for right here to try to get out of the inning. Outside with a slider. 1-1. On at second base, Pedro Feliz. Mark Sweeney on at first base. Ball 2-1. Time is called. Pitching coach Rafi Chavez heading out to the mound. You just watched as Soriano Val walked Mark Sweeney on a 3-1 pitch, and now he's starting to fall behind Todd Green. And from that first base dugout, Chavez has a chance to see what's going wrong maybe with that delivery to try to get him back on track. As you take a look at JJ. Well, JJ Putz is warming up down in the bullpen.
Todd Green, a very good fastball hitter. He's hitting .339. Doesn't have a lot of at bats, but he's got some power.
In that situation, Val, what is Chavez telling Soriano? Is it something mechanical or just something to slow him down and just take a deep breath?
Oftentimes to just get him back to the game plan. I think with some of the breaking pitches that he's thrown here in this inning, he's not getting it out in front and finishing it off.
Fouled away off the end of the bat. 2-2 on Todd Green.
There's a breaking ball right there from Soriano. Probably not in the location that Chavez would have liked that one, but he got away with it to Todd Green. See if he comes back with one more, a little bit further out off the plate.
And there it is. You called it. Swing and a miss. Slider away, and he got him swinging. So 2 outs for the Giants here in the top of the 8th. And my partner here, he can still call a good game.
It's a lot easier up here in the booth, let me tell you. But Soriano, after Green fouls off the hanging slider, up and away, goes a little bit further out and really gets it finished off.
That's going to be it for Rafael Soriano. Mike Hargrove out to the mound, and JJ Putz will take over in relief. 5-4 the Mariners lead. The Giants have 2 aboard. We'll be back after this timeout. Seattle Mariners baseball and FSN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest taking low fare further. By Banner Bank, better ideas, better banking. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by your Northwest Chevy dealers. See your local Chevy dealer today or visit us online at northwestchevydealers.com. Mariners lead 5-4. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 8th. JJ Putz, the new pitcher to face Randy Wynn. 0-1 the count.
JJ starts him off with his slider, a little backdoor slider. You're talking before about that adrenaline. This is where it happens, right here. 2 outs, tying run on second base in Pedro Feliz.
Go ahead, run at first. Mark Sweeney, game on the line right here, down and away. The fastball, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Actually, might have been the splitter. Splitter at 90. You don't see too many guys throw a splitter 90 miles an hour. This guy can. 2 on, 2 outs. Fouled away over the screen behind home plate, and the count 1-2 on Randy Wynn. Rafael Soriano went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 1. The base runners belong to Soriano. JJ Putz trying to wrap up the 8th. JJ has been tremendous out of the bullpen. Take it over the closer row. Being mentored along the way last year and this year by Eddie Guardado. Time is called. Joe Jamon in front of the plate. Randy Wynn with a home run. Back in the 3rd, 1 for 3. fastball got him swinging. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he strikes out Randy Wynn to retire the side. Here it is. See if he can hit it. Holy smokes, what a pitch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mariners lead the Giants 5-4. Wow. Both the Mariners and the Giants jump-started their offense with the long ball. Ichiro led off the bottom of the 1st inning with a home run to right field, his 4th home run of the year. In the top half of the 2nd, Barry Bonds jump-starts the Giants offense with a leadoff home run. Number 718 for Barry Bonds in his major league career. These are the different meters. Ichiro for his base hits, 108. Barry Bonds for his home run, 718. Number 2 all time as he gets closer and closer to Hank Aaron. Barry Bonds moving by Babe Ruth a few weeks ago with number 715 off Colorado's Byung-Hyun Kim. Jeremy Accardo on in relief for the Giants. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Raul Ibanez leads it off with strike 1. J.J. Putz striking out. The final out in the top half of the 8th inning, striking out Randy Wynn with a 97-mile-an-hour heater. Down low to Raul, 1-1.
Carter with a fastball and a slider. JJ taking a breather before he tries to close this ball game out.
Mariners looking for an insurance run here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A strike on Ibanez, 1-2. A hello and happy birthday to 87-year-old Mary Hayes from Kaiser, Oregon. Happy birthday, Mary. 87 today. Fastball is fouled away, and it's still 1-2 on Ibanez. He'll be followed by Richie Sexton and then Mike Morris. Accardo taking over in relief here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Brad Hennessy. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out for the Mariners here in the 8th inning. That'll send up Richie Sexton. Well, now it's time to shift to the Nissan in-game box score. Ichiro with a leadoff home run to the bottom of the 1st inning. 2 for 4 with his 4th home run of the year. Beltre with a couple of base hits. How about Mike Morris? 1 for 2. He has 2 RBIs in this game. An RBI double and a sacrifice fly. Sexton takes away ball 1. Mike Morris due up next.
Carter with good life on his fastball. 95 miles an hour to go along with that slider. A little cut fastball he'll use as well.
Fastball on the outside corner. 1-1.
Richie Sexton has walked, fly to right, grounded into a double play back in the 5th inning.
Ground ball out to the shortstop, Omar Vizquel. Sure hands a little low, and Richie Sexton is out, number 2, and that'll bring up Mike Morris. Mike hasn't played a whole lot over the last few weeks, but every time he's been in there, now this is his 5th start over the last about 2 weeks or so, he's hit very well. He now has 8 hits in his last 15 at bats. He has the 2 RBIs tonight and 7 runs batted in his last 5 starts. So he's getting more playing time against some of the left-handed pitchers.
If he continues to hit like that, Mike Hargrove try to find him some more at bats. And very productive.
Chops one off the plate high in the air toward 3rd. Up with the ball is Pedro Feliz. The throw to 1st, and it's in time to get Morse for out number 3. And we go to the top half of the 9th inning. Here's J.J. Putz. He got the final out in the top half of the 8th with a 97-mile-an-hour strikeout of Randy Wynn, and now he'll take on the Giants as we go to the top half of the 9th. The Mariners lead by a score of 5-4.
Hey everybody, Cameron Wong in the FSN Live studios. Coming up after the M's and Giants, we take a trip to the College World Series. Todd Manfield joins us from Omaha with all the festivities, the Beavers right in the middle of it. Plus, Peter Warrick tells the Seahawks he's going to have a big year. And the Mariners' 1st-round pick, Brandon Morrow, is talking. Right now, send it back to Rick and Dave for the ninth. Guys.
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. And here we go to the top half of the ninth inning. The Mariners protected that one-run lead 5-4. J.J. Putz will take a look at Omar Vizquel, Ray Durham, and that guy, Barry Bonds. Little low calling time, and he backs out of the box. Vizquel is 0-3, and there's that guy, Barry Bonds. He's third up in this inning.
Adrian Belte well up on the grass with Vizquel at the plate.
Up and away on Omar, ball one. JJ looking for his 11th save of the year. He's had 8 saves in his last 8 opportunities since May the 6th. He hasn't allowed a run in his last 8 2/3 innings. Vizquel 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts against JJ. But how about the pitch? He struck out Randy Wynn for the final out in the 8th inning. 97-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. That's nasty. Two and one. Now when you throw 97, just let it fly.
Get away with some mistakes when you're throwing 97.
You don't have to pick away at the corners. Broken bat ground ball to the second baseman Jose Lopez. 1 out for the Giants here in the top half of the 9th. That'll bring up Ray Durham. Mariners are 7-9 against the Giants since interleague play started. Last time the Mariners faced the Giants was back in 2001 when they won 2 out of 3 against San Francisco. And after starting off in the National League West, and the Mariners went to the Central, spent some time in the East. Now back in the National League West this year. Strike one called on Ray Durham, 0-1. Barry Bonds due up next. Not a soul has left this ballpark. Strike on the outside corner, 0-2. You can't look past Durham, but it's hard to with a guy on deck. You're waiting for that matchup between the power of Bonds and the power of Putz.
And for JJ, he doesn't want anyone on base when he does get Bonds up to the plate.
Check swing. The appeal didn't go. C.B. Buckner, the umpire at third base, making the call. 1-2 on Ray Durham. 97-mile-an-hour fastball that misses outside.
Durham definitely holding up.
Fouled away.
Good split finger right there. 91 miles an hour on that split finger from JJ.
That's a pretty good fastball for most guys. That's JJ's splitter. The 1-2 again. Up and away with a fastball. 2-2. You come back with that splitter again.
I think you'll probably see him come back with it.
I mean, if you call either pitch, it's not a bad one. One out, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. Mariners lead 5-4. Fastball got him swinging. Strike 3. J.J. Putz strikes on Ray Durham. And the Giants are down to their final out here in the top half of the 9th inning. And here he comes, Barry Bonds up to home plate.
JJ just rears back. This fastball 96 miles an hour. Right up around the letters. But Durham with 2 strikes on it, trying to protect.
This is why the fans here in Seattle have paid for this ticket. To see a matchup like this. J.J. Putz against Barry Bonds, who's number 2 all-time in baseball history in home runs. He hit number 718 earlier in this ballgame, leading off the top half of the second, way back to right center field. His 10th home run of the year. Fouled away, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball from J.J. Putz at 98. J.J.'s pumped up. Fans are on their feet here at Safeco Field. J.J. looking for the final out. Up and away with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-1 the count on Barry Bonds.
Yeah, there might be a little bit extra adrenaline pumping through J.J. right now.
Oh, yeah. J.J. has turned it up a notch. And the 1-1 to Barry Bonds. Swing and a miss to the splitter. And the count is 1-2. J.J. has faced 3 batters. He has 2 strikeouts of Randy Wynn and Ray Durham. And now he is 1-2 on Barry Bonds to try to win it.
The last pitch was that split finger, but it was about the location. It started thigh high and dropped out of the zone.
And the 1-2 fastball is way up high at 97. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everybody on their feet. Look at this, 41,133 here at Safeco Field tonight. And this is what they came for. 2-2. Outside, ball 3, full count, 3-2. Photo opportunities, some with the camera phones, but everybody on their feet. Power against power. Putz and Bonds. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. Got him looking at a splitter. A 3-2 splitter. J.J. Putz strikes out Barry Bonds for the final out of the ball game, and the Mariners win it 5-4 to take Game 1 of this 3-game series here at Safeco against the Giants. Holy smokes, what a pitch by J.J. Putz, and Barry Bonds could not pull the trigger. Mariners win 5-4. Felix Hernandez wins game number 7, and J.J. gets saved number 11 and 9 out of his last 9, and here's that final pitch. Holy smokes, what a nasty splitter.
3-2 split finger just shows you the type of confidence that J.J. has in that pitch right now. And with Bonds up there, you're not going to give in. Even though J.J. threw a couple of fastballs past him and Bonds was late, he went with the split finger and just freezes Bonds right there. You saw the angle of that ball dropping down through the strike zone.
Felix Hernandez now wins for the 4th consecutive time. Felix going 6 innings in this ball game, but what a performance by the bullpen. Giordano, Soriano, and J.J. Putz was lights out tonight again. He strikes out Ray Durham and Barry Bonds back-to-back for the final 2 outs in this ball game. Barry Bonds, hit number 718 tonight. But the Mariners come away with a win, and Mike Morse had 2 RBIs. Let's go down to the dugout, and here's Angie.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Mike, some guys have a little trouble hitting when they're DHing. For you, it doesn't seem to be a problem at all.
I'm just trying to get a good pitch to hit and see it good, hit it, and let the ball dictate it,
But it doesn't bother you to be DHing versus being in the field and hitting? It doesn't mess with your rhythm or anything? It doesn't seem to.
I'm just happy to be in the lineup. Whatever it takes to get in the lineup that day, I'll do whatever.
And I'm not sure if you realize this or not, but last year you led the entire major leagues in interleague hitting. You're one of only 4 guys to bat over 400 in interleague play. What is it about the National League that's so easy for you?
It's not.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, but I'm just going up there trying to do the best I can, Get a good pitch to hit, and that's half the battle. So, that's what we keep on trying to do, and, just stick with it.
This team has struggled a little bit when it comes to left-handed starters. Yourself, Kenji Jojima, Jose Lopez, Adrian Beltre, you guys all stepped up against left-handed pitching, and I'm saying you all, meaning the right-handed hitters in this lineup.
That's a team. It's a team effort. Some days when guys aren't, doing too well, the other guys step it up. That's how a winning ball club plays. And, if we keep on doing this, we'll be pretty good.
All right, Mike, congratulations. Thank you very much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Brad, let's send it back out to you in center field.
Angie, thank you very much, and I am not alone. I'm with Bill Kruger, digging through the notes, trying to find some good info about this game. M's win game 1 of this series 5-4, and it was, well, entertaining to say the least. J.J. Putz coming out and just closing the door. Doesn't get any better than that. A full count to Barry Bonds. Already has 1 home run. He's got 718 in his career. We're going to break down J.J.'s all 4 batters, 3 strikeouts with Mr. Kruger as the FSN Live Mariners postgame go continues from Safeco Field. M's win. Keep it right there.
Now on FSN. It's your backstage pass to the teams you love and the action you can't live without. It's FSN Live.
Presented by your Northwest Chevy dealers.
And welcome back on a very nice night here at Safeco Field. M's get game 1 of this very quick 3-game homestand against the San Francisco Giants, an interleague affair. Mariners come out on top 5-4, and it was an exciting game. A lot of offense early, a lot of home runs. Felix Hernandez gets the win thanks to J.J. Putz closing this door. Brad Adam and Bill Kruger with you from our center field set. And let's talk about J.J. Putz. He comes in, pressure situation in the 8th inning. Normally a closer comes in the 9th. J.J. in the 8th, 2 on, 2 out, facing Randy Wynn, the ex-Mariner, who hits very well from the left side. Take us through it, Bill.
That's exactly right. Mark Hargrove went with his instinct, went with the knockout punch instead of going to George Sherrill. And Randy Wynn is a 302 hitter left-handed. But J.J. comes in, does a masterful job, and shoots that little hole up and in with a 97-mile-an-hour heater, gets out of the 8th inning. That's a big, but it's going to get tougher in the 9th because you know who's lurking in the shadows, Barry Bonds. But he has to get the table setters out. Nice job. Goes out, gets the first hit, gets Omar Vizquel, the leading lady. Then Ray Durham. Again, just has overwhelming fastball night. Above the hands, great place to go on left-handers. And then after a series of pitches, the lock-up split finger on 3-2. Barry had no chance. And that at bat, J.J. goes and gets 99 miles an hour. He was overwhelming, his best performance in his toughest outing of the year.
I think the adrenaline pumping a little bit, facing Mr. Bonds there with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Let's go up to the booth. Rejoin Rick Riz, Dave Valley, talking about Mr. Barry Bonds. Yes, he had a home run, but what else did he do tonight, guys?
Well, in his 5 at-bats, he ended up going 1 for 3 with a home run and a couple of strikeouts and was walked a couple of times, once intentionally. But in his first at-bat, he came through with a home run for the Giants. It was number 17, Val, and no doubt about it.
Well, Felix was trying to get him out. Fastball down and away. He left it out over the middle part of the plate. And when you do that to Barry Bonds, he doesn't miss those mistakes, and he put that ball in the seats in quick fashion.
Barry Bonds hits a lot of home runs. He also walks a lot. You got to be very careful with Bonds throughout his career. And there he walks in his second at bat in the top half of the 3rd inning. And then in the 5th inning, Felix Hernandez, a 2-2 pitch, and he strikes out Bonds. At that point, 1 for 2. Now they just take the bat away from Barry Val in the 7th inning.
Got to be very careful. Bonds, you got Moises Alou backing Bonds up, and he's a guy that's going to provide that protection. And this is the final at-bat of the ball game. Look at the downward action of that split finger. J.J. full count, comes after him. You think he's pumped up?
Oh, yeah.
Tremendous job by J.J. Putz here tonight.
J.J. had the adrenaline going in that at-bat against Barry Bonds. He threw 97, 98, 99 miles an hour and then came up with that splitter, struck out Barry Bonds for the final out of the ball game to pick up his 11th save of the year. Mariners win 5-4. Brad and Bill, back to you.
All right, Rick, Dave, thank you very much. Yeah, 41,000 strong here tonight. I don't think anybody left, Bill, and it was loud out here. I mean, it was like a playoff atmosphere out there to get Barry Bonds out. We saw the home run. We saw the strikeout. Take us through, I guess, the good and the bad for Mr. Bonds tonight.
Yeah, you know, he's a guy you got to pay strict attention to, and we said before the ball game, don't mess with this guy on the inner half. Again, he starts him off speed. This is his first at bat. Fastball down, he fouls it off. Again, he gets himself into account. The changeup misses. 2-1. This is where you got to have fastball come in. Like I said, you can't mess around with Barry on the inner half. Quickest, shortest swing in baseball. Still massive power. That's a 460-footer by Barry Bonds. 2-1. Stay away. In fact, stay away most of the time against Barry.
Yeah, it didn't stay away there in the 1st, but in the 5th when Barry comes up, a much better sequence, much better results for Felix.
Exactly. You know, he went back and, you know, he found his curveball as the game went on, and, you know, we saw his curveball, and it was death to the L.A. Angels last time around. Let's take him through again. His shoulder flies. He misses with the changeup. Again, a bad count, but he's able to work his way back in. There's the curveball that we talked about as it got better as the game went on. Another curveball, he fouls it off. It's a great 2-plane pitch. Fastball allows him to see upper velocity speed, and then right out of the same slot, a curveball that actually didn't finish, and Barry swung as if it would have finished, he might have got it. But again, you saw a much better sequence of pitches, staying away from Bonds.
Stay far away. 7-18. He homers in the first, then a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts. Barry just 1 for 3 tonight. Minimal damage, I guess you'd say, from Mr. Bonds.
That's right.
In game 1 of this series. All right, much more coming up on the FSN Live Mariners postgame show here from Safeco Field. We're going to hear from the skipper. We're going to hear from both locker rooms. Hopefully, we're going to hear from Mr. J.J. Putz after his electrifying 11th save of the season. Here's what else is coming up on the show tonight.
The Mariners wasted no time getting top draft pick Brandon Morrow under contract. Next up for him, the climb to the majors.
Just one day, hit 96, and the next week 97, 2 weeks later 99, and just kind of sat there.
The Oregon State Beavers begin their run in the College World Series tomorrow. We've got their final tune-up, and that's not all.
I'm Todd Mansfield in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, of course, for 8 teams, they're getting ready to play the game of their lives inside Rosenblatt Stadium. But for those of you sitting at home, I'm going to show you what you're missing out on coming up.
11 catches last season. Now Peter Warwick gets ready for a breakout year. He'll tell us why to expect big things. This post-game edition of FSN Live just getting started. We'll hear from the players coming up next. FSN Live is brought to you by the Keg Steakhouse and Bar. Hurry in for Lobster Summer, on now through August 20th. See you tonight.
FSN Live continues with our scoring summary in the bottom of the first inning. Ichiro getting the offense going with his 4th home run of the year, a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning, his 19th career leadoff home run. How about that, Val?
Ichiro, that's the second time he's done it this year. And then Mike Morse has a great at-bat, great approach with Adrian Beltre on third base, drives the ball deep to right center field. Randy Witt has no opportunity to get Beltre as the Mariners score their 2nd run.
A 2-0 lead didn't last long. Barry Bonds with a leadoff home run to right center field in the top half of the second, his 10th of the year, number 718 in his career. And then Steve Finley. He's got over 300 home runs in his career. That ties the game at 2-2.
Yeah, Finley got a fastball down and then just dropped the head on that ball. It was just a line drive home run.
Here's where the Mariners, Randy Wynn leads off the top of the 3rd inning with a home run. His 7th home run of the season, and the Giants have the lead by a score of 3-2. Then in the bottom half of inning number 3, big 2-out base hits. Mike Morse with a double down the right field line. That's going to score Raul Ibanez, and the game is tied at 3.
Raul had doubled earlier. Mike Morse comes up and shoots one down, and then it's Kenji Jojima's turn to hit another double, this time down the left field corner as Barry Bonds plays it off the wall. Mike Morse comes around to score.
And the Mariners have the lead, and they're not finished. Willie Bloomquist with a single into left field. That's going to score Kenji Jojima with run number 5. The throw's cut off. They get Willie Bloomquist in the rundown. They get Willie side retired, but the Mariners have the lead 5-3. Now the Giants will pick up another run. Back-to-back doubles by Feliz and right here by Sweeney. Way back into right center field, so Feliz scores to make it 5-4, but the pitching holds on after that, and the Mariners win this ball game, Val, with 2-out base hits there in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Well, with 4 home runs hit in tonight's game, a total of $76,000 has been raised in our ball game for prostate cancer research. To make a donation, you can call 1-800-798-CURE or go online to www.prostatecancerfoundation.org. 4 home runs tonight. The Mariners go on and win 5-4. Power with the bats early, power with the pitching late in this ball game. Brad, Adam, back to you.
Rick, Dave, thank you very much. It was power pitching. It was a powerful performance by J.J. Putz. The M's break their 3-game losing streak. And how about this? They beat a team from the Bay Area. How about that? Mike Hargrove talking about his closer, J.J. Putz, and his 11th save, how good he did tonight. Here's the skip.
Very special. But yeah, it's one of the tests. I don't know it's the biggest. You know, I hate to place one, importance on one at bat, but that was as big as that. Yeah, that was as big as JJ's had to try to close.
Did you even give us thought to walking it all in?
No, I didn't. It was discussed, but I didn't give it much thought.
Nice way for Ichiro to get the game underway there.
Well, it's always nice when you can jump out 1-0 and Ichiro's very special also, and you know, to do that, especially off a left-hander, you know, on the second pitch of the game was dynamite. It really got us going, and then to follow it up with 2 more hits and be able to score another run, it was awfully good. Anything else? You're free to go.
The skipper there talking about J.J. Putz. We're going to get your thoughts on J.J. in just 1 second, but why not talk to the M's closer himself, Angie Menting, standing by with J.J. Putz.
Okay, J.J., coming in the 8th inning, that's a little bit early. Were you surprised all when you got the call?
Well, they had me getting up at the start of the 8th just in case. They said if a guy got in scoring position to be ready to come in, and so I wasn't surprised very much.
Now, while you're sitting out there in the bullpen, did you do the math at all and realize when Mark Sweeney walked that would guarantee the fact that you would see Bonds in the 9th?
No, not until after the 8th. Once I got out of the 8th inning, I looked up and I saw that, you know, he was coming up 3rd. So.
Okay, are you going to sit here and try to tell me that Barry Bonds, 2 outs in the 9th, just like any other out for a closer?
Absolutely not. You know, he's been one of the most dangerous hitters for so long, and you really have to focus and make your pitches. And I got away with 1, and you know, fortunately, I got him out.
Thank you very much, JJ. I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right.
Quite a difference from JJ, fist pumping, excited on the mound, to very kind of a quiet, calm JJ now.
Yes.
Talking about that at-bat to Bonds.
His heart is still pumping.
Yeah, he was
me.
not calm that at-bat. Talk about what it means to a young closer like JJ to have the confidence of the manager and the team to go out and not walk Barry Bonds, which you easily could have done with the bases empty, but to pitch to him and get him out.
I think it's big. I think you're playing your biggest card. JJ comes in, you know, and comes in the 8th inning, gets it done, but I think going at Bonds mano on mano, saying that JJ's stuff's better than what Barry's got, rather than just giving in and walking him. You got Moises Alou that can do some damage behind him. I think that was great, and that's a huge lift to his career.
We saw it here tonight, the great 3-2 strikeout on Barry Bonds. We also saw the M's right-handed batters finally start to come through a little bit against left-handed pitchers. They have not hit lefties well this year, but in the 3rd inning, they did their job.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, that's been a big bugaboo. They've had trouble beating left-handed pitchers. Yes, Ichiro homers, and yes, in the 3rd inning, Ibanez leads off with a double. But what's important is right-hand hitters. And Wright Morris has been a nice find for Mike Hargrove. Using him against left-handed pitchers has been huge. His double brings in Ibanez. Then Jojima catches a changeup, bangs it down in the corner. Another double, another run scores. This is very, very important. When you're 7 and 16 against left-handed pitching, that's got to turn around. And when you look at the makeup of this ball club, you look at the Mariners, their thump is right-handed. Lopez, Beltre, Sexton, even those guys didn't necessarily do anything. Beltre got a hit in the 1st inning that led to a run. Very, very important. Lowry, not an overpowering pitcher, but a guy that was very good in 05 last year, at a 3.5 this year, so I think that's big success and big confidence.
We saw the guys come through today. We saw Jojima. We saw Morris coming off the bench and coming through in the DH role tonight. All right, much more coming up on the FSN Live Mariners postgame show from Safeco Field. The M's have now won 11 of their last 12 interleague games right here at Safeco Field. And J.J. Putz puts an exclamation point on this one.
FSN, where Sonics fans come first. FSN, home of the Seattle Mariners. You're watching FSN Live, home of the Mariners and where the action is.
Well, we talk a lot about Barry Bonds, Bill Kruger, but Ichiro can swing for the fences as well. The 19th time he's led off with a home run and keeps his hitting streak alive at 16 now.
There is just no left-hand hitter that hits left-handed pitching that I've seen in my lifetime that does it better than Ichiro. And then when you can go deep, that's something else, because you know what he does very, very well, and that is hit the ball the other way and get more hits than anybody in the game. And sure enough, we watched that pure stroke of Ichiro as he just keeps those hands back and politely serves that ball to the other side of the field like he does so well. And, you know, right now he's so two-dimensional, able to go deep and then get his hits.
So our GMC Professional Grade Spotlight brought to you by Rudell Auto Mall in Port Angeles. So Ichiro gets 2 hits tonight. His season up to 366 since April 19th, 416. Bill, and look at that. Yes, he is on pace if he hits just 389, which for him, you know, you say just 389, he'll shatter the hit record he set in 2004.
Yeah, him in the big leagues, you and I playing wiffle ball in the backyard, you know. There you go.
And we were worried about him.
Yes.
Not us, but some people were in April. Yes. Earlier today, the Mariners held a press conference to announce the signing of their first-round draft pick. We go back to our FSN Live studios and rejoin Cameron Wong. I guess join him for the first time. Cameron Wong, welcome, Cameron. Talk to us about Mr. Morrow.
All right, Brad, thank you. Yes, more Bay Area baseball to talk about. The future of the Mariners resides in a kid from Berkeley. Brandon Morrow is the M's first-round draft pick, 5th overall, and usually high draft picks are a pain to sign. Well, not this time around. Today, the M's inked a 21-year-old righty from Cal. He received a signing bonus of around $2 million. The first-team Pac-10 player finished with an ERA of 2.05 and also had 97 Ks. Now, being a college pitcher, many expect him to be in the bigs real soon, and he expects the same.
You know, over the last year, I've really started developing my breaking ball a lot more, my changeup, and you know, they've come quickly to me. So if I can just keep getting better with those, I think it'll be a quick progression.
He's got size. He's got real easy arm. And I think when you all get a chance to see him throw, you'll understand what we meant when we said that. He throws very easy. And a lot of times when you're throwing hard and you're throwing easy, it's deceptive because it looks like it's not coming in as fast as it is. And that's a real advantage.
Now for more on the current M's and the big victory tonight over the Giants, let's reconnect with Brad Adam and Bill Kruger, who's usually with me, but somehow he pulled the right strings and got to go to the ball game tonight.
Yeah, how did you get out here? I tried to get tickets. We're sold out.
I know when to pick the games to be down here. Come on.
And that was a good one. Interleague game with Barry Bonds. M's win at 5-4. Felix gets his 4th straight win. He's now at 7-6 over 500. Angie Mensick was hanging out in the clubhouse talking with Felix about tonight's game and has this report. Angie, what did Felix have to say?
Well, Brad, Felix said he didn't feel any extra excitement about the game itself, but he did admit that facing Bonds, yeah, there was a little extra excitement with that one. Willie Bloomquist was asked about the home run that Felix led up to Barry Bonds. He said, you know what, as soon as it hit the bat, I knew that it was gone. Now, we relayed that story to Felix and said that Willie Bloomquist said, wow, as soon as it hit the bat, we knew it was gone. And Felix said, that's exactly what I said. Wow. He said, Brad, that it was the best home run that he had ever given up.
I guess that's something to say, right?
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah,
and it was something.
It was, definitely. Thanks, Angie. Traveled over 460 feet. Felix gives up 3, but I guess, yeah, you know, Wynn, Finley, or Bonds. The one to Bonds is the one you want to remember, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're in that, you know, on your way to Aaron Club. I don't know.
And here it is again. And since, you know, we got the win, Felix is okay with that. Watch here as Bonds connects. Willie knows, Felix knows, everybody knows. Giants fans even know here at Safeco Field. Bonds has 718, number 10 on the year. But you know what? It's okay because the M's and Felix have the win. 5-4 tonight. Keep it right there.
Well, there's something about the West in both the American and National Leagues. The left coast has the most competitive divisions. 2 games separate 5 teams in the senior circuit, while only 5 games separate the 4 clubs in the AL. Interleague now, NL West versus AL West. We'll start with the D-backs Rangers. Brandon Webb getting abused tonight. Bottom first, bases loaded, Brad Wilkerson. Good for a double. Luis Gonzalez misplays it. 2 runs will score, and the Rangers all of a sudden lead 3-0. Top of the 6th now. 2 outs, no one on. In a scary moment, check out Blaylock and Mark Teixeira. Infield popping. Oops. They collide, but Teixeira hangs on. Rangers still ahead 3-0. Bottom of the 6th, bases empty. Wilkerson striking again. Deep center field and gone. He finishes with 3 ribbies. Rangers win 5-3 over the Snakes. A's looking for their 8th straight, taking on the Dodgers tonight. Top of the 2nd, Barry Zito dealing. Almeida signs, you got nothing. Next batter, Matt Kemp, standing, at attention. Next batter, nasty curve on Jose Cruz Jr., freeze ray. Zito had 5 Ks through 2 innings. Bottom of the 5th, Eric Chavez showing off the power. Taking Brett Tomko deep and off the foul pole, 2-run shot. Chavez drills his 14th of the season, 5-2 A's. Top of the 6th, Zito again, still dominant. He ties a career high with 11 Ks. Oakland wins 7-3 over the boys in blue. Pods and Angels now. Bottom of the 6th, Angels up a run, runner on 3rd. Juan Rivera snaps it into the gap. But check out Dave Roberts, diving catch.
What a play.
It's still a 1-run game after that. Top of the 7th, runner at 2nd, Brian Giles. Liner to right, that drops for a single. Roberts coming around to score, and Giles ties the game at 4s. We move to the 9th. Runner on second, and Josh Barfield laying down the bunt. Mike Napoli trying for the out at third, but he throws it away. Khalil Green scores. Angels had 3 errors on the night. Padres win 5-4 over the Halos. So the AL West looks a little like this. Oakland's still the leader right now, just by a half game over Texas. M's, they own the 3rd spot, while the Angels, they're bringing up the rear now. Adam Morrison still expected to be one of the top picks in the NBA draft despite his showing in Chicago today. Before the Cubs and Tigers game, the Gonzaga star took a few cuts in the cage. It's not bad for a big man right there. Morrison was in the Windy City working out with the Bulls today. They own the 2nd pick in the draft. To the NFL now, all the mini camps are over for the Seahawks. Next up, it's the real deal, training camp. Now, one player who's made it his goal to establish himself this offseason is Peter Warrick. After an injury-plagued 05, the Hawks expect more next season, and so does Warrick himself.
No matter how you read the stats, Peter Warrick wasn't himself last year. Only 11 catches in his first season with the Hawks. A knee injury saps him of his speed and playmaking abilities, but he's 100% now and ready to show the real P-Dub.
It's safe to say that. You know, this offseason I really worked my butt off, and you know, I know it's going to pay off. And last year, you know, I was struggling with injury, but you know, I still, being the competitor that I am, I still want to go out there and show that I can do something, but I didn't get my opportunity.
He decides to give the Seahawks another opportunity this year, signing a 1-year deal in March. He comes to this minicamp in shape, healthy enough to drop the added pounds of last year. And with another year in the system, Seattle is where he wants to be.
I didn't really want to go to another team and start all over. Got to learn a new playbook, and well, here I was comfortable. I knew everybody, and you know, I knew the coaches. And you know, I also felt like, you know, the difference between going somewhere where nobody knows you to supposed to coming to a team where everybody knows what you can do and what they can expect.
So what can you do? What can we expect this year? Not only receiving, but also maybe punt returning as well, right?
Yeah, punt return. Yeah, that's my thing. You know, it's just a matter of opportunity. You know, whoever it is, whenever you get a chance, get an opportunity, you got to make the best of it.
Peter hopes his best is yet to come. Brad Adam, FSN Live.